My name is Ryan Somerville. I am the sales manager for Business Water Solutions. We do water purification coolers as well as ice machines for any size business. We're on campus right now at Darlington School. Super happy to be here. They're one of our biggest customers. I myself played sports here. Our two founders played sports here. It was absolutely our pleasure to be a sponsor for Darlington Athletics. I think one thing that really sets us apart is our water purification. There's 13 stages. The reverse osmosis part of it has been a huge part of our success, along with our 24-hour guarantee for service calls. So when a customer does call us, we're guaranteed within 24 hours. We were able to provide a touchless water system to make it more COVID-friendly in terms of germs and touching the water system. One thing I always say is we're not selling a product, we're selling our service. That's what we really push for every single day, is to have a customer service experience like they've never had before.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection, or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
Here, I'm becoming who I want to be.
Here, I am looking toward my future.
Here, we learn from our failures so that we may soon succeed.
Here, we're passionate about learning and trying new things every day.
Here, we search for new perspectives and cultures so we can better understand the world.
Because at Darlington, we know we're in the most trusted hands.
As we discover new passions and learn more about ourselves through academics,
athletics,
fine arts,
and service to our community, we show our versatility as we choose different pathways to our goals.
This is our home.
We embrace challenges and persevere, even when something seems impossible.
We collaborate and create to take our place in the world.
We know that together we can make an impact.
This is our moment, our time.
Graduates today, Darlington forever.
At Rome Orthopedic Center, we salute students, freshmen and seniors, athletes and artists, first stringers and choral singers, band majors and game changers. We hope you never need orthopedic care, but if you do, choose the only practice in the Rome area solely dedicated to the orthopedic needs of the students and families in our community. Rome Orthopedic Center. To make an appointment, call 706-292-0040.
Coosa Steel is a family-owned full-line steel service center located in Rome, Georgia. Since 1972, we've been working to make our customers more efficient by providing steel product supply and processing all in one place. We are proud to provide a large range of products, including hot-rolled and cold-finished steel, stainless steel, galvanized steel, aluminum, and alloys. Our capabilities enable us to assemble and process steel orders within days, shortening your lead time. Coosa Steel. Steel for your project.
It's time for the Coach Groves Show, where we sit down with the head coach of the Darlington Tigers football team and talk about all things Darlington School football. Now we go live to Matt Davis and Ian Griffin, who are standing by with...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coach Groves Show, where we talk all things Darlington football with the head Tiger himself. Wayne Groves. Good to be back after a week off, guys.
I know. Do we still know how to do this thing? I hope we do. We better be ready because it is live. It is local on our YouTube channel, also our Facebook Live, and we're going to be talking some Darlington football. But first things first, let's welcome the man of the half hour, I guess I should say. We've got Coach Groves with us, and welcome back, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, great to be back. Week off and at a much-needed time, and so, yeah, we're glad to be back playing some football this week.
Oh, absolutely. So let's go ahead and rewind a little bit. Of course, it's been kind of weird having 2 Fridays without Darlington football because you guys played your last game on a Thursday, then had that Friday off, and then a bye week. But let's rewind and talk about the last game a little bit. Of course, it was at homecoming. You guys picked up a 49-7 victory over Murchie, got off to a fast start. You guys, I think, forced 4 turnovers in the game. So, Coach, tell us a little bit about what you liked about the effort from that game on that Thursday night.
Well, we definitely had a motivated team, and it's one of the things me and the coaching staff preached all week. We want to come out, start fast, and really take it to Murchie and try to take them out of the game as quickly as possible. And our kids definitely did that. We played hard, we played fast. I thought we really came together as a team and kind of clicked on all cylinders in that game. And so I was really proud of our kids' effort.
After the Pepperell game, we were here talking. You mentioned how getting back to work quickly and having the short week was actually good for the team, good for you. Talk about that week of practice and preparation leading up to the Murchie game.
Well, we took it and basically, we did a regular Monday and Tuesday practice. We combined a Wednesday and Thursday practice there, and then went out and played on Friday. And I thought we had a great plan. I thought we executed it really well, and we practiced really well that week. And so, the results came on Thursday night with that win.
Coach, one of the things I want to talk about in this segment is the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game. And we had a new face that won that this past week, and it was Luke Parker, who stepped in, a little bit of an injury for Sammy Konchesky. He didn't play that night. Parker came in through 5 touchdown passes. I believe Talon Shire had 8 catches for 145 yards and 4 scores and interception in that game. But Parker, boy, what a great game, 11 of 17 passing. So tell us a little bit about his effort in that game.
I was just super proud of Luke. And, the first thing I'll tell you about Luke is he's a great kid. He has just been working his tail off, just waiting for his opportunity to come. And when he got it, he took full advantage of it. And so very productive in the passing game. Obviously, you throw 5 touchdowns, you're doing something really well. But I think one of the things I was most impressed with Luke was his in-game, how he handled the game, how he managed the game. There's a couple of times where maybe some throws weren't there, and he got out of the pocket and threw the ball away and just let us survive another down and not take a sack. And so he had numerous, probably 4 or 5 plays like that were huge plays that nobody really noticed, that as coaches you notice that, hey, it wasn't there. Let's just cut our losses right here and let's play the next down. And some of those drives end up, going for touchdowns, and then we get the first down a couple of plays later, and it wouldn't have been for that if he hadn't made good decisions with the ball in the early downs. So really proud of Luke, man. Excellent job. Played his tail off, and I'm glad he had some success.
Well, congratulations to Luke. He was the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game from the Murchie game. And, again, just what an excellent performance for sure.
Yeah, that next man up mentality. I know every coach I've ever known talks about that. You got to be ready for your moment. He certainly was. And we've seen him in some big moments already this season. But it seemed like he just got better as the game went on.
Yeah, it just seemed like he got a little more confident, a little more comfortable. I just thought he operated the offense really well. I thought he did some great job stepping up and not giving up too early, and then delivering some balls downfield, keeping his eyes downfield, and using his arm and maybe not relying on his legs as much. And so, great ball game for Luke Parker.
Well, let's move on and talk about the Black Shirt Awards from last week. Of course, you always talk about offense, defense, special teams, scout team, that sort of thing. So who won the Black Shirt Awards this previous week?
All right, for our Murchie, the black shirts, the offense, we went ahead and went with Luke Parker. I mean, that's just such a tough spot to step in, getting your first start in a region game where there's playoff implications on the line. And for him to step in and just play phenomenal, I thought it definitely had to go to Luke. And I think the team would have looked at me crazy if I wouldn't have gave it to Luke. So Luke gets the offensive black shirt. On defense, Talon Shire. I know he had a great production on offense, but on defense, I think he had 4 tackles. He had a tackle for a loss. He had a pass breakup, he had an interception, and he had a forced fumble. I think the first or second series of the game, he put his shoulder right on the football, popped it loose, and were able to get a turnover right there. And so Talon gets the defensive black shirt for those efforts. On special teams, another night where Timmy Smith is just wreaking havoc, obviously on defense, but on special teams too. I think he had another game where he had 3 tackles on kickoff. And so Timmy doing a great job. And again, I can't say enough about that young man. He's a great kid, and he's really performing really well on the football field. Scout O, Bodie Powers. He played scout team tailback, and our defense was a little chippy after the Pepperell game, and so we wanted to make a point to come out and be physical, and so at practice for sure, so that we carry over to Friday. But Bodie he caught a couple of the lumps there on the defense, getting after him pretty good, and he just kept on sticking it back up in there, giving us a really good look. So Bodie deserved that scout team offensive black shirt. And on defense, this kid's playing a little more on Friday night. Each week he's played more and more. He's a freshman D lineman, number 66, Brody Amos. And so he's really gotten stronger. He loves the weight room, and he kills it in there. But, he's playing a lot of defense, but he comes over here on Scout D and he wreaks havoc, and he gives our offense a great look and prepare on the D-line. So Brody Amos gets the black shirt for the Scout D.
Fantastic. And I do want to shift gears a little bit as we move along through the remainder of this segment and talk about the Unified Championship football, because I saw Coach Crows was there and you had some of your players with you, and the Darlington team won 13-0 over Model Johnson in the Mites Championship. So the first thing I wanted to ask about that, Coach, is why is it so important that you're there and some of your guys are there to support these kids?
Well, one of the things that makes Darlington special is that sense of community and everybody pulling for everybody to be successful. And so, obviously that's a youth football team, and so that's the lifeblood of our program. That's the future of our program. And so I want to have those kids know who I am, and I want to learn those kids and get to know those parents and start establishing those relationships. So, and then we got some good players. The last couple of years, Coach Philip Pilgrim has done an excellent job with that Mite football team. And so they've won the championship 2 years in a row now. And so those kids are going to come into middle school really soon. They're going to start lifting weights with me, and they're going to start training. And so, just being there, it's everything as a head football coach. I dove right into this community, and I'm going to be all in. And so I'm going to be there to support those kids as much as I can.
Well, I didn't broadcast the game, but I was up there with the crew that did, because we had them on the radio, that night, both games that night. And it was fun to see y'all out there and watch y'all's reaction to some of the plays in the game. And there was one hit that the Elam kid put on somebody. And, you could probably hear it across town, but you guys were really fired up about that.
Oh, yeah. Jack Elam is going to be one heck of a football player. His daddy was a really good football player in high school, and his uncles were really good football players. And so, yeah, They missed a block on him, and he made them pay for it for sure. It was about lights out. And I said, I don't know if anybody from Model wants to run the ball again after that. And I think that was about ball game when he put that hit on him.
Oh, absolutely. So, again, we just want to take the opportunity to congratulate the Darlington team on the Mites Championship, 13-0. It was an exciting night over there. And, again, one of the things that was really neat to see, Coach, about that was the fact that, you said it had some hard-hitting things that were very aggressive, all the teams that I saw that day, but the skill level of the players, to me, was one of the things that really stood out about watching the Darlington team play and the other teams as well.
Yeah, they're coached well. They've been taught what to do, and they've got a good plan, and they do. They don't try to get too complicated and too fancy, and they go out and they block, they tackle, they leverage the football, and I was really impressed with that, and then how hard those kids played. So it just shows their sense of pride in Darlington.
No doubt about it. Well, we're going to wind down this segment in just a couple of moments, but and we'll talk a little bit later on in the program about the matchup with Trion. But everything's right back in front of you guys as far as your goals for the season and things of that nature. So I just wanted to ask you, Coach, what has the tone been like at practice this week?
There's no question the kids know, and I remind them daily, multiple times, of what an opportunity we have right now, to be able to come in and play for a region championship and know that trophy is going to be there on Friday. And after that ball game's done, someone's going to hold it up. And so we need to understand that this is a great opportunity. We need to take advantage of our opportunities and don't let them slip by. So our tempo has been great at practice. Our effort has been great. Our focus and attention has been great. And so I'm ready for it to get up there and have a good football game up there with a good quality opponent.
Can't wait for it. We're going to talk about that in more detail, but we've got our Getting to Know Coach segment of the week, which is coming up. We're going to be talking some Halloween. We got actually a little bit of a slideshow that we're going to show you. Showed it to Coach just before we went on the air, so looking forward to sharing that with you all, our viewers out there on the WLAQ YouTube channel and Facebook Live, however you're viewing this. We appreciate you being with us. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll jump right back in to the Coach Grove Show. We'll return.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
All right, we'll welcome you back in. This is the Coach Grove Show, and we're going to jump into our Getting to Know Coach segment of the week, and we've actually got more than one question this week, Coach, but the first thing that we're going to do, I promised a slideshow, so we're going to get to that in just a couple of moments, and this is actually kind of a follow-up into the question that we had in our previous show a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Last night was Halloween. It felt like Halloween, nice, cool evening, so we wanted to see how your night went, but you, earlier in the week, You sent us some photographic evidence of your love for Rambo.
Well, I told you, you asked me for my best costume growing up, and so Rambo. And so I think the next day my dad went through the family photo album, and so he found the Rambo picture from Halloween.
It's good stuff. It's really good stuff.
Since that came up and you sent us the photo, everybody's going to see it. And on top of that, they're also going to get a look at, of course, me as a punk rocker back in the day, sometime in the 1980s, probably around the same time, I'm guessing. So we've got Matt Punk Rock Davis, we've got Coach Rambo Groves, and then we've got Ian Strongman Griffin up on the screen. That's right. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Thought I'd share that with you guys there. But we saved the best for last for this one. I showed Coach Groves this little slide that we put together for the show. He sent us a picture earlier, so I'm going to put that on the screen right now, Coach, and tell us about how Halloween went at your house.
Okay, so I tried to get home as soon as I possibly could because, I knew she was going to be, chomping at the bit, ready to go, talking about my daughter, Grayson. And so, Halloween it's kind of become a big deal at our house. We have a tradition. We bring everybody up, comes over the family, all the grandkids, cousins, my parents, Jess's parents, and my aunt and uncle and everybody. And so we had our hot dogs. We had our grilled hot dogs, and we had slaw and chili and all that good stuff. And then we went trick-or-treating, and Grayson was Lightning McQueen. And so she had a great time. I mean, it was just great memories.
And what was the end result of the trick-or-treating adventure that you went on? Did y'all get a lot of good stuff?
Oh, yeah. Well, I told her, I guess we trick-or-treated for about an hour or so. And I said, well, I guess we milked the neighborhood for all it's worth. It's time to go home. She said, okay, let's go home. She was ready. She was worn out.
That's fantastic, man. Well, thank you for sharing that with us, and grateful to know that y'all had a good time and got to enjoy that time together. That's fantastic.
How many pounds of candy do you think she hauled in?
I don't know. We did a halftime, so we had to take it and dump out, and then go back out with a fresh, clean basket. So
it gets heavy for a little one to carry around.
It does. Yeah.
That's good stuff. Well, again, enjoyed seeing the costume and all that good stuff, and I'm glad to hear that she had a wonderful time, that y'all had a great time together. That's really neat. Well, let's see. We do have one comment here on our Facebook Live feed. It's from Kelly Fountain. He said, John J. Groves. That's right. I had to throw that out there for you. Getting a little feedback on the Facebook. Thanks for chiming in, Kelly. We appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and jump into our next question. And this one, Coach, and we've been mulling this one over for a little while, but do you have any maxims or quotes that you use to motivate and inspire your players, ones where if we had a few players here today and we said, well, what does Coach Groves say all the time? that they would come out and say, this is Coach Grove's sayings right here?
Well, they probably talk about the weight room. I'm always making sure we getting low on our squats. So I'm telling them to get parallel, and there's a lot of things that I say constantly. I got to have great effort, great execution, great focus, great concentration. I say that constantly and remind them that. In the locker room when you first walk in, I've got player expectations up there, and I have eight expectations, and so they read as follows. Number one, be on time. Number two, I want you to work a full day, whatever you do. You get up in the morning, let's start working, and let's work till you go to bed. That can constitute football, constitute weights, school, homework, whatever it is. Number three, give your best effort in all you do. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. So we talk about that all the time. Number four, I want to be a man of good character, and so we talk about what is it to be a good man? What kind of decisions do good men make, and all that. And so we want them to act right and be a good man first. Number five, I want you to push your teammates to be great. Iron sharpens iron. We refer to that all the time, and that old saying. And so, soft doesn't make salt, doesn't make hard. So we got to get out there, and we got to bang it up and make our teammates better in the weight room, in the classroom, and in the community. We want to hold each other to a high standard. Number six, I want to be a faith aspect that we talk about. And so, I always want to tell them to ask, faith for help when you need help, and be thankful for your blessings that you have. And so that's number six. Ask faith for help and be thankful for your blessings that you've been given. Number seven, I want you to bring positive attention to the program. Whatever you do, wherever you are, you're a Darlington football player, and that's in the classroom, and that's in the community, that's on the football field. So let's do good things, and let's make them say good things about Darlington football players. So bring positive attention to the program. And then number eight is finish strong. We want to have a fourth quarter mentality, and that could be in your calculus class, that could be in your physics class. When you have a final exam, we got to finish strong in that. And that's also obviously in the fourth quarter in football. We want to make sure we're finishing strong and doing things the best we can to the best of our ability. So
I'm going to get him to send me that list, man. I'm going to hang it up in my office, because that's something that everybody could use right there. That's great advice. Do you have any favorite quotes or anything? I know I'm putting you on the spot there with that one. So.
I was going to say you need to add. It's kind of the reverse of Rambo, because he looks at the sheriff and says, "You drew first blood," but when you go out and play football, you kind of want to draw first blood, right? So
that's right.
Flip that one around a bit, but this speaks to me personally, but no good deed goes unpunished.
I hear you, man. One of my favorite quotes of all time, and this is related to sports, and a guy that's just absolutely full of wonderful quotes, was John Wooden, the late great basketball coach for UCLA. But I've used this one a lot. But be more, and you mentioned character, be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I always really like that one quite a bit.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see. That's going to put a wrap on this segment. When we come back, it's time to get down to business. We're going to talk about the Darlington Tigers heading up to Sam R. McKay Stadium for an opportunity to play for a region championship. It's happening this Friday. Cannot wait for it. Can't wait to talk about it. That's coming up in the next segment. We're glad to have you with us.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection, or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
All right. We welcome everybody back into the Coach Grove Show here on the WLAQ YouTube channel and also Facebook live feed. Glad to have everyone with us, Tiger fans out there watching in and listening in, and getting all the scoop on the Tigers and what they've been up to the last couple of weeks, and getting ready to play for the region championship up at Sam R. McKay coming up this Friday. So it's going to be a great atmosphere for a football game. So let's go ahead and dive into the matchup, Coach. First of all, tell us, obviously we talked about it being a game, if you guys win, you'll win the region, so we kind of know what's at stake. But tell us a little bit about Trion. I know you've had the opportunity to see them on film and in person, so you've seen a lot of them in the last couple of weeks, I'm sure.
Yep. The way the schedule fell, we didn't get a lot of film on Trion through film exchange from other region opponents, just because, we give the last 3 ball games and they kind of followed us in the schedule. So they got every ball game on us, region films. And so it was important to kind of get to see them in person. And so with us playing on Thursday, that was an advantage for us. We got to go see them play, Pepperell in person, and then last week we got to go get them, let them see, or got to see play Armurchie in person. So kind of got to size them up a little bit. Always film. You never kind of get to see, how they interact on the sideline, how their coaches operate, and so being able to see them twice, it's going to be an advantage for us. So they're a good football team. I mean, I've got a lot of respect for their head coach, Coach Patrick, and how they operate and how his staff does. They've got some good players, and they're coached really well, and they know exactly what they're doing. They're nothing super fancy, but they play hard and they play good, solid football. So it's going to be a tremendous matchup, and it's going to be take a tremendous effort on our part to get it done.
Absolutely, Coach. And we had the opportunity to go up there as well and watch them play Pepperell. Very impressed with the football team. Got a lot of playmakers. So what are some questions you have?
Obviously, last year this region came down to Trion and Darlington on the last Friday of the regular season, and the Tigers put a thumping on the Bulldogs last year. So I know everybody, we've talked about this week in, week out, the Tigers are always a target. You've always got a target on your back. Does it change at all when you're talking about a team that may have used Darlington as their motivation for the whole season?
Well, no more than any other opponent, but yeah, you definitely know that they've used that game for motivation. And I'll tell you, I watched that film, probably 20 times, the last year's film. And the Trion kids are a little bit older. They're a little bit stronger this year. But they came to Darlington last year and Darlington got after Trion really well. I mean, I talk about Big Gus. I mean, I told the kids the other day, Big Gus just decided I'm going to whoop some tail, and he did, and Gatlin Hancock did, and then the other guys like Eli Thompson are making plays, and Jack Good are making plays, and so now this year's 2023 team, we're going up there, and we've got to do the same thing. We've got to make up our mind that we're just going to go get after them and hit them in the mouth all night long, and play good, solid, fundamental Tiger football. And even though Trion does have good players and they're solid, they're not unbeatable. Nobody is. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like we do. And so if we go up there and play good, solid football, we feel like we got a good plan. We can have the result that we want.
What are some of the things with their offense? Cade Smith, he can beat you with his arm, he can beat you with his legs. Toby Maddox is a back that just doesn't seem to go down on first contact, and then they've got that big tight end, Logan Stokes, as well. I'm sure all those guys are on your radar.
Oh yeah, of course. We got them at about 70% run, 30% pass. They're not a huge passing team, and most of their passes come off, run, play action type stuff, and they try to hit you with some RPO slants or hitches or vertical routes. So you're going to see, old school 21 personnel, a tight end and 2 backs, but they do it out of shotgun. You're going to get powers and counters. You're going to see them in some 10 personnel, 2x2 and 3x1. They're going to run inside zone. They do a great job with screens, quarterback runs, and counters to get Cade involved. And then you'll see some funky empty formations that, they try to get you, moved out of the box and try to get you to overload a side so they can, take advantage of Cade running the ball or throw screens to open receivers. And so it's stuff you all got to prepare for, but we feel like we got a good plan and we'll be ready.
I think another player that we saw make some big plays in that game for Trion was the Willingham kid. Was that his name? Wide receiver?
Yeah, number 3. Yeah. Ethan Willingham is a really good receiver, and he, they talk about 50-50 balls. They've thrown to him against Pepperell and Armurchie. That was about 90% balls. He goes up there. He's made some really good catches throughout the year. So you definitely got to know where he is. Cade Smith can throw it and run it. Toby obviously is a hard-nosed running back. Obviously there's been an emphasis for us on tackling and gang tackling and wrapping up and running our feet because, you see on film that he doesn't go down if you try to arm tackle him or you try to tackle him one-on-one. He's a tough out. So we got to do the fundamental things that we preach all the time, and we'll be all right.
What did you see from these guys on the line of scrimmage?
All right, so they got two good a left tackle, Ezra Adams. He's number 56, 6'3", 285. He's a big physical kid. And then the right guard, number 76, Brock Payton, 5'11", 255 junior. Those two really stand out right there on the offensive line, and they do a good job.
And as far as the defense is concerned from Trion, what do you expect from them after what you've seen in the few weeks you've seen them play?
They're similar to us on defense. They're probably a little more simple than we are, but they're a four-man front over defense. They're going to play basically a 4-2 box on you, and you're going to get cover 4. You're going to get some cover 0. You get some man coverage as well. But they're just solid and fundamental in how they align and play. And so, we got to be dead on our blocking assignments and our responsibilities, and if we're going to move the ball.
Now, Coach, I asked you this question when you were headed to Lindale about the environment. Trion's a little bit different monster. Matt and I got to see it firsthand. I mean, their fans didn't just go after the Pepperell players; they were going after the Trion coaching staff if they didn't like the play call. And it's it's right on top of the actions, very close to the field. How do you? I know that there's talk on the field between the players, but how do you condition your kids to tune all that noise out?
Well, the most important thing is the play, and so you can get caught up in all that talking and listening to the fans, but that's not going to help us one bit. The best way to shut the fans up, if you will, is to make plays on the field and focus and do your job. And so that's what we got to do. We got to get that crowd quiet. We got to go up there and we got to make some plays and get them arguing amongst each other, and that'll be just fine with me.
Well, Coach, we're really looking forward to the game. We're going to start winding the show down here in just a couple of moments, and you kind of touched on this already, and we've asked you this a time or two throughout the season. But, if you were to put together a short list of what the Tigers have to do in order to come away with a win up at Trion and hoist that trophy that you talked about, and win the region championship, what has to happen coming up on Friday night?
Well, one, our kids have got to play the hardest and the best they've ever played, and they should, because right now I told them today, I said, you're as strong as you've ever had. You've all played more downs of football than you've ever played. You've all been coached more than you've ever been coached. You know exactly what our plan is on offense, defense, and special teams. You just got to go out there and play for each other, play for Darlington community, and just lay it all on the line. And that means we got guys laid out at the end of the ball game. We got to carry you off the field because you've given your all for Darlington. That's a good thing, and that's the kind of effort we're going to have. And so it ain't going to be done. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be the team that wants it more. It's going to be the team that gets out there and executes and plays their brand of football the best. And so hopefully it's going to be the Darlington Tigers.
Matt and I were talking about this, and is this as healthy as you've been all season heading into this game? Are you going to be as close to full strength as you've been?
Well, we're going to go through a regular season and not be full strength, and that means I'm saying we've never had all our starters and best players on the field at the same time, but we are as healthy as we've been. And so, I'm really not a big fan of off weeks, but we got an off week at the right time to kind of get some guys back. And so we've got some guys back, still not 100%, but we're as full strength as we can be.
And with the opportunity to play for a championship, the loss at Pepperell as a tough week. Talk about the resolve of your team, your coaching staff. Your goals were still in front of you. You had to take care of our Murchie, and now you've got a chance to go play for a championship.
Yeah, that's what it is. We talked about going back to work, and looking in the mirror and taking accountability for the things we did wrong in that Pepperell game and the things we could do better. And we went out and corrected those things. So we can't revert back. We got to, when the bullets start flying, we got to go back to what we taught in Indy, what was the game plan, and do that to the best of our ability and do it fast, physical, and let's do it together.
Well, Coach, we're really looking forward to the game, and we appreciate you being here each and every Wednesday throughout the season. And the Coach Grove Show, this has been really a lot of fun. It's hard to believe that this is the last edition of the regular season before we get ready for that third part of the season, the playoffs. So thanks again, man, for all you do. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Great. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
All right, we're going to put a wrap on this edition of the Coach Grove Show here on the WLAQ YouTube channel and Facebook Live feed. And again, Region Championship coming up at Sam R. McCain Friday evening. Make sure to wear your purple. Be there. Be loud. It's going to be a great atmosphere. We're excited about it. And it's going to be a tremendous amount of fun. That's going to put a wrap on this episode of the Coach Grove Show here on the WLAQ YouTube channel. Hope everybody has a great rest of your week.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of the Coach Groves Show. We invite you to join us again next week as we discuss all things Darlington football with head coach Wayne Groves. Go Tigers!
And we're glad to have you along with us tonight. We are at Sam R. McCain Stadium in Trion, Georgia, as we get ready for Region Game 6 of the season and Game 10 of the regular season here. And tonight it's the Darlington Tigers facing the Trion Bulldogs in what equates to the Region Championship. It all is for all the marbles tonight, Ian.
Yeah, the winner takes all. And all the hard work in the off season, the two-a-days, the grueling strength and conditioning programs that these guys went through, it all comes down to this ball game tonight. And it was the same thing last year. It came down to these two teams on the last night of the regular season. Darlington got it last year. And you know Trion has revenge on their minds.
There's no doubt about that. This game has been circled since long before the season ever started. And, of course, there's been a lot of ebb and flow to the 2023 season. And there's been a point or two throughout the season where it didn't look like this was going to be for all the marbles. But as everything would shake out, we'll go into that in detail as we go along through our pregame. As it turns out, the way that things would shake out, it's back on the table. So tonight it is for the Region Championship. The trophy's here. A lot of excitement in the air on both sides, and it's going to be a great atmosphere and environment for a football game, and it's going to be an electric night of football. We're glad to have you with us. We wish you were here, but since you couldn't be with us tonight, we're glad to bring you coverage on the WLAQ radio broadcast and also the Darlington School YouTube stream provided, or produced rather, by Northwest Georgia Media.
Yeah, and it is a picturesque night here at Sam R. McCain Stadium. I've used that one before.
I was about to say, I think I read that in a Rome News Tribune article about 2 weeks ago when Trion was playing Pepperell, and a certain someone named Ian wrote the story for the game as a stringer.
You know, hey, it's even prettier tonight, though, you know. This is perfect. It's perfect. This is football weather by definition. A little chill in the air.
It truly is. And again, we're just glad to have you along with us for the ride. And we are about 10 minutes and 45 seconds until we get this thing kicked off. And it's senior night here at Trion, so they're doing some presentations out on the field. I know we'll have the national anthem and all that coming up in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and continue our conversation about the matchup. The Darlington Tigers on the road for this game, closing out the regular season. Had a great year. 6-3 is the record so far. 4-1 in region play. The only blemish on the region record was a tough game down in Lindale a few weeks ago. And the Trion Bulldogs are playing at home tonight. Perfect record, 9-0 for the season, 5-0 in region play, and they are ranked number 2 in the state of Georgia in Class A Division I. So this has been a stellar season for a team that had good years the last couple of years, but they've grown up quite a bit. There's a lot of maturity on this team, a lot of experience.
Yeah, no doubt about that, and at all the key positions, that experience is going to be ready to show itself off tonight in a marquee matchup. You know, if we're talking about some of the key players for the Trion Bulldogs, obviously you got to start with the guy under center. Most of the time he's in the shotgun, but Cade Smith is an excellent dual threat quarterback. Trion's going to run the ball about 70% of the time, but when they need to throw, this kid has a cannon.
He's got a really great arm. He's got some good targets. Of course, you've got a tight end that we talked about, Stokes, that I know was in your article a couple of weeks ago. You got Willingham, who's a very, very capable, sure-handed wide receiver that can make some big plays. And then obviously the guy that gets talked about the most when it comes to the offense for this Trion Bulldogs team is Toby Maddox running the rock.
Yeah. This is a kid who it just seems like he never goes down on first contact. But if you allow him to really get his wheels going, he is tough to get to the turf. He's a good pass catcher out of the backfield. We saw him a few weeks ago against Pepperell, and he had 4 touchdowns in the first half. Just an electric playmaker, and Darlington's going to have to play really, really sound football. Now, the good news for the Darlington Tigers, you heard it from the head Tiger himself. They're as healthy as they have been all season. Does that mean they're full strength? No, but they're as healthy as they've been all season tonight for this big-time game.
And it's one of those games where, you know, everybody knows the reputation of this Trion football team, how good they are. Going to need a great effort from everybody on the team, great Tiger effort tonight, all hands on deck. To come out with a victory in this one. And again, there's a lot at stake tonight. Of course, the region championship, that would make it a three-peat here for the Darlington Tigers. And then not to mention, you would get the number 1 seed in the playoffs, so you'd be guaranteed to host the first couple of rounds, which is a huge bonus. The good news is for the Darlington Tigers, no matter what happens tonight, they're going to have a winning record, and they're going to be in the playoffs. But I don't think they want to stop there. They want to get the win tonight, win the region, and have a home playoff game. We're going to take a break here for 3.5 minutes. We'll be back on the Darlington Tiger pregame show after these messages.
Sam R. McCain Stadium, the home of the Trion Bulldogs, as we get ready for a region championship tonight between your Darlington Tigers and the Trion Bulldogs. Let's talk a little bit of series history, Ian. Darlington leads the series 17-3. This is really interesting. I was looking at this earlier from the Georgia High School Football Historian site, which is an excellent resource if you like to go down the rabbit hole of records and all that kind of stuff, which I do, especially preparing for these games. But the last win for Trion in the series was in 2009 when David Humphreys was still the head coach here. And one of the things that was really interesting about going back and looking at that 2009 season for the Darlington Tigers was that the Tigers that year, Ian, they lost their first 3 games of the year to Chattooga, Wesley, and Ridgeland. And then they had the loss to Trion that we just talked about. However, they won the region that year, and they made their deepest run in the playoffs during the Tommy Atha era that season. They made it to the semifinals in 2009. I thought that was really interesting.
Just shows if you get hot at the right time, and who knows how good those teams were back in those years. I think that Chattooga team was pretty stacked, weren't they?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That was when they had Sonoris Perry toting the mail for them.
That guy alone will make you a winner.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. McKay Rush, also Demarion Floyd, Talon Shirey, as well as Jack Chandler. That's going to be your captains tonight for the Darlington Tigers. Meanwhile, for the home team tonight, the Trion Bulldogs are going to have number 20. That's Cohen Blaschke. I suppose that's how you say that name. I should have checked on that before the game. Number 56, Ezra Adams. Number 25, that's going to be Toby Maddox. You'll hear that name a lot tonight. And number 8, Lucas Stoker. And that's your captains for tonight. We're about to have the coin toss of this thing.
Let's see how this one pans out. The Trion Bulldogs, if you're with us on the radio, they are in the black uniforms, which is a huge trend across all sports. But they've got the black uniforms with the blue numbers with white trim, and they're classic white helmets with the blue tee. Darlington is in white jerseys with purple pants. They finally went with the combo I've been waiting on all season. And, of course, white helmets with the classic purple paw.
Looking great tonight, and we're going to be in for a great night of football. It really seems like we're heading in that direction today. And as we talked about earlier in the pregame, this is the healthiest we've seen the Tigers throughout the season, which is a good thing because this is going to be more than likely the toughest test that the Tigers have had all season long. Of course, I think that could be the same thing for the Trion Bulldogs. I think the Darlington Tigers are going to come out here very aggressive and really make a game of this.
Look, they have to. When we're talking keys of the game here, you look at Trion's results. They're 9-0. They've only had one game where they've been pushed to the fourth quarter. That was against Dade County. It was on the road up in Trenton. We all know that's a tough place to play, and Dade County's proven to be a good team. You've got to make this a four-quarter fight, and the key to that, Matt, is starting fast. You can't let Trion come out here and get a lead on you because they can lean on their running game and just go downhill from there. So both teams are going to be coming out here trying to start fast.
Well, the Tigers have won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so they're going to try to get out there and set the tone with that defense, expect them to be aggressive. They know that they've got to force a couple of turnovers in this football game if it's going to turn out to be a good night for the Tigers.
Yes, absolutely. You want to win that turnover battle, and you know, deferring to that second half also gives you an opportunity, if this is a close game, to steal a possession at the end of the first half and get a big swing there if you do fall behind. So I love the strategy here from Coach Groves. You know he's going to come out and have some wrinkles in the game plan on both sides of the ball, but Trion will as well. We've mentioned it before, Matt. These two teams have some history. It's going to be chippy.
It's going to be chippy. Very physical football game is on the way. Here come the Bulldogs out onto the field. They have got a huge crowd here on the home side. They are loud already, as we've referenced before throughout our pregame and some of our other shows that we've done recently. And Ian and I were up here a couple of weeks ago to take in the Pepperell Trion game, and we sat on the home side with the Trion fans. And let's just put it this way. They're very enthusiastic about rooting their own team. And they're also very enthusiastic about getting in the heads of the other teams.
Yes, so, they are.
That's going to be one of the things the Tigers are going to have to really deal with tonight is the crowd.
And we talked to Coach Groves about that on the show Wednesday night. How do you tune out that noise? We know players talk, but in this situation, if you've never been to Sam R. McCain Stadium, the stands are right on top of the field. And when you're down there, and Matt and I were a few weeks ago, those players can hear everything these guys are saying, and they are calling you out by number. If they know your name, they'll use that too, and the language might not be so PC.
Oh, man. Well, we just got our cue from our buddy Steve Conrad. He wants to make sure all the Tiger fans out there know to get those chin straps buckled. It's about go time here from Trion and Sam R. McCain Stadium.
Listen to the legend. Buckle up. You're going to need them tonight. This one's going to be a slobber knocker.
So, again, we're going to see Trion's offense first in this game. They're going to take the field right now. Coach and staff from Trion trying to get the crowd into it and riled up. Of course, they don't need any help or any encouragement because they're already there. They've got the cowbells are ringing. They are loud here at Sam R. McCain. The Tigers have got it teed up at the 40, about to kick this thing off. We're going to have some football region championship action tonight on the radio and also the live stream. Back out there tonight is Ade DeSalis. He is going to get ready to tee the ball up, and we'll get ready to go. And now they're going to move it to the near hash. Had it teed up on the wrong side. So now the Tigers will kick from the near hash. And Ade takes his steps back, has a look at the football, and a look at the other side one more time before we get this thing underway. And here we go. Toe meets leather. It's going to be end over end. Drops in. Will be fielded at about the 17 and brought out by the Trion Bulldogs. They're running down the sidelines. A big return to start the football game. They're going to have it across the 35-yard line, and I believe that was number 10, Christian Henderson, with the kick return.
They just followed the wedge there, got out to the sideline, and a good return, a short kick. But Darlington didn't allow him to break that one for a huge return. So they're going to start at the 35, Matt, for this first drive.
So good field position here for the Trion Bulldogs as they open up their first possession of the football game. We're underway from Sam R. McCain Stadium. The quarterback, as we've mentioned several times in the pregame, is Cade Smith. He's got a big arm. He can run the football, and he's got several targets that he likes to get the ball to. He's going to send two wide receivers to the near side. Otherwise, everybody's going to be in tight at the line of scrimmage. And Kay gets ready to take the snap. He's got it, turns, going to hand off on the first play from scrimmage, and boy, he's hard to break down. It's Toby Maddox, shakes off 3 or 4 tackles, and now he streaks down the sidelines. Nobody's going to get him, and he's into the end zone on the first play from scrimmage. Trion is going to score on a big run from Toby Maddox, and he is going to go 65 yards to pay dirt. Wow.
Not the start the Darlington Tigers wanted, and they had guys that were in position to make the tackle. We talked about it in the pregame, Matt. This kid seems to never go down on first contact. It is imperative that you wrap up, and hopefully the Tigers can get that corrected. But that is a tough blow on the first play from scrimmage. Try and go 65 yards to the house.
So we get ready for the extra point, and this is going to be from the boot of Andy Ramirez, who was a first-team All-State kicker.
Oh.
And a bad snap. It's going to be picked up and brought down and blown dead, of course, and it's no good. So 6-0 is the score.
Had just a little trouble handling the snap there. Ball was blown dead.
Wow.
It did not take Toby Maddox long to have an impact on this game.
First play of the game, a 65-yard run to pay dirt, and there was contact right as the play started, but
They
nobody
broke
could
3
get
or
him
4
wrapped
tackles.
up.
Yeah.
So 11:34 left to go in the first quarter. It's 6-0 in favor of the Trion Bulldogs. Trion Bulldogs have a couple of state titles in their school's history. One of them was back in 1974, and that was the last time that this Trion football program has gone 10-0 in a regular season.
Really?
So if they do it tonight, it's going to be the first time they've done it since before I was born, and I'm about to turn 45.
Well, Trion, this is a proud program. They've had some good football teams. You were talking about that discrepancy in the series here with Darlington leading at 17-3, but there have been some really great games between these two teams.
Oh, absolutely.
Listened to several of them on your radio station over the years.
We've had a lot of them. There's no doubt about that. Of course, with reclassification taking place next year, and it looks like the Darlington Tigers are going to stay in AD1 after all, it looks like Trion's moving to D2, so this matchup we may not see for a while after this year. You never know.
Hopefully they can play a non-region play.
Ramirez to kick it away here for the Trion Bulldogs. You're going to have a couple of men back here for the Tigers, where you're going to have Talon Shirey standing at about the 3-yard line. Back up close to the end zone, and here comes the kick from Ramirez, who has an excellent leg, and that one's going to sail back into the end zone for an automatic touchback. And so the Tigers are going to start at the 20.
And all you can do is turn the page to the next play. And we hear Coach Groves talk about that all the time. Can't change what just happened. You've got to handle what's in front of you, and Darlington needs to come out and answer.
Yep, this game for all the marbles, a lot on the line tonight. The Tigers have got to answer the bell quickly. Going to have 2 wide receivers on each side of the formation, working right to left. Lots of noise here in Sam R. McCain from the home fans. Shotgun formation. It looks like we're going to see Luke Parker in at quarterback, who threw 5 touchdown passes in his first start of the season a couple of weeks ago against Almerchi. So they will open up with him, and the backfield's going to be Demarion Floyd. Parker getting ready to take the snap. Looks off to the sidelines. Gives a signal up at the line of scrimmage. And here's the first snap of the game for the Tigers. Going to be a screen pass to Sammy Koncheski, and he is streaking down the sidelines across the 40, shakes off a tackle. Here he goes. Run, Sammy, run. He's inside the 20, 10, 5. Kiss him goodbye. He's gone. Touchdown, Darlington Tigers. That's how you answer the bell.
Can
Wow.
you believe it? Both teams on their first play from scrimmage take it to the house. And you see Luke Parker, who had to fill in for Koncheski, who was injured against before the Armerchi game. He threw for 5 touchdowns, filling in, stepping up, making big plays. He throws it to the guy who's been starting all season, and he takes it to the house. 80 yards to start the game. Fireworks at Sam R. McCain.
All right, folks, here comes Ade DeSalis to try to punch it through, and this would give the Tigers the lead. Kicks on the way, and it is through. 7-6, the Tigers take the lead. Wow.
Anything you can do, I can do better. The Tigers answer the bell. 80 yards in one play. Man, we're getting our money's worth early here. We're not even a minute into this ball game. We've seen both teams score.
Both teams scored on their first play from scrimmage of this football game.
Yeah,
when's the last time you saw that?
I don't know if I have, to be honest. I'm sure I've seen it, but I don't know if I've called a game where that's happened.
Parker to Sammy Konchesky. Wow.
And really just a simple little screen pass, nothing complicated about it, but quarterback to quarterback there, and Sammy Konchesky takes it to the house.
That was something else. Sorry if I got a little too excited there.
Oh, man, that's what it's all about. This is what it's all about. We've got a championship game here, and these teams have come ready to play.
All right, we got a 7-6 ball game in favor of the Darlington Tigers, and one thing I've noticed here after that quick score from the Darlington Tigers, it's awfully quiet over here on this side of Sam Moore McCain Stadium. I hear a few milk jugs, a couple of cowbells, but nothing like we were hearing just a couple of seconds ago.
No, sir. That's one way to silence a crowd.
All right, DeSalis has got it on the tee at the 40-yard line, ready to kick it back to the Trion Bulldogs. And now we wait for the official to signal it's okay to start the play, and we get ready for DeSalis to run the football. And here we go. That's going to be a line drive kick. Goes to about the 10. It will be fielded and brought out by the Trion Bulldogs. Cuts up midfield. Shakes off a tackle. Now he's going to be dropped. And getting him, I believe that was Bodie Powers. A nice hit from him.
Yeah, the freshman has had a lot of opportunity this year to get in and play. We've seen more and more of these young Tigers getting opportunities. But one place you can prove to your coaches that you can get the job done is by performing on special teams. Bodie Powers with a nice tackle there. And that starting at your 17 is a lot different than starting at your 35. So that's excellent coverage there by the Tigers special teams unit.
So now the Trion Bulldogs trot their offense back in on the field, trailing 7-6 here with 11:09 left to go in the first quarter. Going to send two wide receivers, one on each side, working from left to right on your radio dial. Going to have a two-back set here, one on each side of the quarterback, who again is Cade Smith. He takes the snaps, going to turn, throw a screen pass to the near side, connects with Willingham, and the Tigers are there going to bring him down after a gain of about 4 or 5 yards, I believe, on that play.
Good looking pass there as Cade Smith got the ball out of his hands quickly. And a 4-yard play. Sound tackle there out on the perimeter by Talon Shirey.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 after a pickup of 4 on the pass. Ball's going to be at the 23-yard line of the Trion Bulldogs. They're going to line up this time with two wide receivers on the far side, one in the near. Man on motion to the sniffer position on the far side of the formation. There's the snap to Smith. He's going to hand it off. Nope, he's going to fake it and hand it back the other way. And he's going to pick up a chunk of yards there out across the 30. And actually, he kept it, Cade Smith. That's going to be good enough for a first down.
Yep, that was a little read option there, and Smith saw the end crash down going after Maddox. Hey, a second sideline warning against Trion, so we'll keep an eye on that. If that's the second one, I'm not sure what the rule is there. Steve Conrad, let us know.
Exactly.
You're the encyclopedia.
We're going to our rules expert.
Yes.
We'll have an answer in just a moment. Right on cue.
Yeah, that was the second sideline warning. And the sideline is really, really small here.
It sure
That's Sam
is.
Armacade.
So the Trion Bulldogs have a first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 31, still on their side of the field. Just under 10 minutes to go here in this first quarter. I've already seen 2 scores, one for each team. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Smith is going to hand it off, and a good stop there at the line of scrimmage by the Tigers. He might have got a yard, Toby Maddox.
I tell you what, if I'm the Tigers, I'm selling out that Toby Maddox is getting the rock every time to just crash down and get as many hats on him as possible.
So that brings up 2nd down and 9 here for the Bulldogs. They'll go to the huddle. Tigers trying to get a stop here with a 1-point lead. 7-6 is your score. We've seen two big plays. Both teams scored on their first play from scrimmage, 65-yard run on the first play for Toby Maddox and the Trion Bulldogs, and then an 80-yard pass, screen pass from Parker to Sammy Koncheski.
We're going to have a timeout, Trion.
All right, we're going to take it with them. 7-6 your score, 9:06 left to go first quarter, and Tigers on top. We're back in 30 seconds. Well, we welcome you back to Darlington School football. The Tigers are here up at Sam R. McCain Stadium taking on the Trion Bulldogs. What's at stake? Well, a region championship. That's what's at stake here tonight, and you can really feel it in the air, can't you, Ian?
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. There is an electricity here as these two teams are feeling each other out. We got a lot of football left to play.
It's been exciting so far. 3 wide receivers to the far side here for Trion. They're going to line up in the gun with Toby Maddox in the backfield with quarterback Cade Smith. Working left to right. They've got 2nd down and 7. There's a snap. Going to run the football. Quarterback's got it. And he's been in hot pursuit by Noah Duggan and also Timmy Smith. They chase him out of bounds short of the first down, but he did get a pretty decent chunk of yards there.
I mean, you think you focus too much on Toby Maddox, you're going to get a lot of Cade Smith. He is an elusive runner and just an excellent player all around. But, hey, we've got him in 3rd down here, 3rd and 3. Can the Tigers get off the field?
Well, we're about to find out as the Tigers try to pin their ears back and get a stop here.
McKay Rush is out there trying to pump up the Darlington fans who have traveled well tonight.
Trips to the near side this time here for the Trion Bulldogs. 3rd down and 3. They're going to motion a man out to the far side. Now an empty backfield. Quarterback's going to run it. You can see that happening. And he's going to be brought down by Sam Wooten, but not before he gets to 1st down and then some.
And this is what you get when you have an experienced leader at quarterback like Cade Smith. I mean, he knew exactly what look he wanted to make that decision, and he was ready to roll, man. That was a 1st down, no problem. We'll see if Darlington can adjust there.
1st and 10. Trion with the ball on their side of the field at the 46 now, almost at midfield. Going to send 3 wide receivers to the near side. Shotgun formation. Smith takes the snap, turns, a delayed handoff to Toby Maddox, shakes off 2 tackles, stays up, cuts inside. They still can't get him down. It takes 3 guys to do it. Finally, Talon Shirey comes in, and I think he was able to haul him down, but there was like 3 guys on him, Ian, but another big run.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Again, once this kid gets going, look out. He is a threat to take it to the house every time.
Toby came into the game with 1,385 yards on the season.
I think that was a 31-yard run there. He's almost to 100 yards already.
8 minutes left to go here in the first quarter of the game. Darlington leads it 7-6. This is 1st down and 10 here for the Trion Bulldogs. A wide receiver on each side. This is going to be a pistol formation. Man motions right. They're going to pitch. It's going to be a sweep to the near side. Toby Maddox has got the ball, and they string him out of bounds at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Sam Wooten there on the pursuit. There were a lot of Tigers over there, sideline to sideline. Great defense there. Only a 3-yard gain on the pitch play.
I wear a smartwatch, and it just told me I needed to relax.
Oh,
Lots of luck with that in this football game.
That watch is going to be bugging you all night.
I'm just going to take it off. Mind your business, watch.
Calm down, Matt.
This is an epic football night. There's going to be some stress involved. 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Shotgun formation. Maddox is in the backfield here with Cade Smith here for 2nd and 7 from the 20. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to try to run it up the middle. Nothing there except for a few Tigers chasing him. Buddy shakes free and gets out to the sidelines and cuts inside.
He stepped out, though.
He stepped out of bounds, yeah.
Hard to see from our vantage point here, but it looked like there was nothing there. What a great job. Again, Cade Smith tried to go up the middle. It was shut down. Then he got a good block. It was really close. Oh, man, he stepped out. That was really, really close on the sideline looking at the replay too, Matt. But a great job by Smith to wiggle around until he found some running room. And we'll have another third down opportunity here.
It's a 3rd down and 4. And it looks like they're going to snap the ball direct to Toby Maddox, who's going to run the ball. Goes off to the right, and he's going to scoot right into the end zone. The 17-yard run, second score of the night for Toby Maddox and the Trion Bulldogs. They regain the lead.
And here's Toby Maddox's stat line midway through the first quarter. 5 carries, 116 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
And they love to go to that wildcat situation in any kind of running situation. They did it at the goal line exclusively against Pepperell.
Andy Ramirez to try to tack on the extra point. Kick is on the way, and it is going to be through. It's a 13-7 ball game in favor of the home team, the Trion Bulldogs.
And Matt, we may have a shootout on our hands.
We very well may. Easy for me to say.
Now, they did make them drive the field that time. Had 2 chances to get off the field on 3rd down. Couldn't get it done. Cade Smith picked up one with his legs, and then it was Toby Maddox out of the Wildcat taking it to the house from 17 yards.
Thank you for tuning in tonight. High school football on WLAQ AM 1410, 96.9 FM, or online at WLAQ1410.com if that's how you're with us tonight, or if you're watching on the live stream produced by Northwest Georgia Media on the Darlington School YouTube channel, and I think they also have it on their Facebook Live and Twitter, and a lot of different ways that you can follow the Darlington Tigers throughout the season, the regular season, and the playoffs. Already guaranteed a playoff spot, just don't know which seed it's going to be until this night is over.
That's right. And we're pretty sure how that'll all pan out. We'll give you some breakdowns on that, but right now the action's too hot.
Oh.
We got to concentrate on what's happening on the field.
Well, right now Andy Ramirez is about to kick it away for the Trion Bulldogs. You're going to have Talon Shirey standing close to the goal line here for the Darlington Tigers, hoping for a big return here. And the Tigers have got to answer the bell again. That's going to be end over end, and that is going to sail towards the end zone. Shirey's going to field this one and bring it out. He's at the 10-yard line, cuts to the right side, and he's going to be hit hard and brought down at about the 12-yard line. Mike should have let that one go into the end zone.
Maybe so. Talon has made so many plays on special teams, and he's so elusive and able to cut back and reverse field and find a seam. But that time, it took a minute. That ball bounced, had a funny hop to it. So by the time he picked it up, Trion was already in a really good position to make the tackle. Regardless, he got it out to the 14-yard line, so it wasn't a disastrous play by any stretch, but long field for the Darlington Tigers.
Shotgun formation, 2 wide to the far side, 1 on the near. There's the snap to Parker. They're going to pitch it right to Demarion Floyd. Not a lot of room on the edge for him there. He might have got 2 or 3 yards on the play.
And interesting that the rolled out Parker, he really played well against Armurchie. And he's going to get his shot. He's a very polished passer. Now here comes Sammy Koncheski out onto the field. Koncheski's the better runner of the two, but he's lining up at wide receiver, which gives them a real nice dynamic of playmakers out there catching passes, Matt.
And a different wrinkle than teams have seen this year. There's the snap. There's a pass to Sammy Koncheski, a screen pass, and he's going to be brought down at around the 25-yard line.
First down.
It's going to be a first down.
La Scala Mediterranean Bistro first down at that.
And I got an answer from the rule book just a couple of moments ago. It wasn't from Steve this time, though. It's from my buddy at Dogwood Books, Kenneth Studdard. We'll relay that, too, when we get a break in the action. The question you had posed earlier, Ian.
Excellent, excellent. Well, interested to know, because if they get another sideline warning, I would imagine that'll actually result in some yardage for the Tigers.
Well, we'll have an answer for you here in a moment when we get a chance to read it. But right now the Tigers are shifting some personnel around. There is 11 seconds left on the play clock. Tigers still in the huddle. This is 1st and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Parker drops back, is going to throw a screen pass to Miles Twyman, and he's hauled out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line. So going to get about 4 yards on that one, it looks like, when everything shakes out.
I'll tell you what, Miles Twyman coming in, getting himself a reception right off the bat. Just a simple little out pattern there, and they're getting Parker real comfortable, getting the ball out of his hands, short passes. Now Parker is going off the field, and here's the wrinkle. We talked about some wrinkles. We're playing musical quarterbacks out here. I love it.
Shotgun formation, going to have a wide receiver on the far side, 1 on the near. Everybody else is in tight. Quarterback's going to run it. Sammy Konchesky finds a little bit of room, and he's out close to the 40-yard line. That's another Tigers first down.
Hey, La Scala Mediterranean Bistro first down, Matt. got to get your eat on after the game, so La Scala will take good care of you. Love this wrinkle, man. This is something else. Parker really earned his stripes against our Murchie, and Konchesky's such a good playmaker with the ball in his hands that this is going to keep the Trion defense on their toes.
3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 on the near. 1st and 10, ball at the 39. Tigers still in their territory with it. They're going to get the ball in the hands of Demarion Floyd. He's across midfield, and he's going to be hauled out of bounds inside the 40 on the other side of the field. So the Tigers have another first down, and they've got it in Bulldog territory.
23-yard run for Demarion Floyd, his second carry. We all know that D-Man, when he gets the ball in his hands, look out. He's a different kind of runner than Toby Maddox, but just as dangerous.
Always a step away from breaking that big play. And the Tigers are going to send 2 wide to the far side. That's going to be Sammy Konchesky, Talonshire, actually 3. They're going to have 1 split wide almost near the sidelines on the far side. And then Aiden Davis is split to the near side. A screen pass goes towards Sammy Konchesky. It was batted down and almost intercepted by Trion and number 8, Lucas Stoker.
Yeah, and that time they went to the well again with the short passes, and Stoker jumped that and made a heck of a play. If he's there a little earlier, he's running the other way for a touchdown.
Big time. So the Tigers dodge a bullet, but now it's 2nd and 10 with the ball at the Bulldogs' 39-yard line. Tigers trailing here on the road 13-7. Been a really interesting first quarter of ball. Here's the snap to Parker. He's going to pitch left over to Demarion Floyd, and they haul him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, not much room over there on the pitch play for Demarion. And that's going to put the Tigers in their first 3rd down situation of the game, and it's 3rd and long.
So the ball's at the 37-yard line, 3rd down and 8 to go here for the Darlington Tigers with 4:10 left to go in the first quarter and a Trion 13-7 lead. Big 3rd down coming up. The fans really bringing up the noise level here. Trips to the far side for the Tigers. Wide receiver to the near side. Parker rolls right, looking downfield, puts it in the air and connects with Sammy Konchesky. Hauls it in, goes out of bounds with a first down. Wow, what a play.
Tell you what, love that they moved the pocket there for Parker. Trion was dialing up a little bit of heat, and that gave Parker some time, and it's odd. That's the 3rd time he's hit Konchesky. This is the guy who's been the starting quarterback all season. Shows you the selfless nature of this team as they connect and have found instant chemistry together.
Very athletic kid. We were just talking to gentleman running the replays tonight, up here graphics tonight, and he was telling us that he's also a great basketball player and baseball player, just all-around good athlete. They're going to get the ball to Demarion Floyd. Talking about Scott sitting next to us. Great company with us tonight.
No doubt about it.
Loss of 2 on the play there. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 12 here for the Tigers. With 3:56 left to go in the first quarter. See what they dial up here for 2nd and 12. Looks like they're going to send Konchesky out as a wide receiver here on the near side. Going to have 2 on the far side. Parker at quarterback. He's got Demarion Floyd in the backfield with him. Here comes 2nd down and 12. And we got some movement up front from the Tigers.
First penalty of the game. Not at a good time. That'll put him back at 2nd and 17, and I missed that last first down, another Lascala first down. Man, Sammy Konchesky's already got 3 receptions for over 100 yards and a touchdown. And we haven't seen him play receiver all season.
No, we haven't. 2 wide receivers on the near side, 2 on the far. One of them, Sammy Konchesky, line up in the slot here on the near side, and more movement here from the Tigers. 2 penalties in a row.
And they'll get this straightened out, guys. I mean, who knows? The Tigers haven't experienced crowd noise like this yet. They have not. This is a rowdy crowd. We thought they would see it at Pepperell. That environment is nothing like what we're getting here tonight. You got the vuvuzelas, you got the cowbells, you got the milk jugs full of rocks, and you've got some rowdy Trion fans making a lot of noise. So the Tigers are unfortunately back behind the sticks here, and they're going to have to try to make this third manageable.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of folks, up in Trion tomorrow that ain't going to be able to talk from screaming so loud at this game. There's the snap, dropping back is Parker. He's got company in the backfield, shakes a man off, puts the ball in the air, and I got screened. I think it was incomplete. It was.
Yeah, he was looking for Shirey, and the ball was a little low, but a nice move there by Luke Parker with some heavy pursuit coming off the edge. He pulled the little Tony Romo spin and got out on the perimeter and had a chance to make that play. Tough throw back across his body, though, and it fell incomplete.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 22 here for the Darlington Tigers. Ball is at the 36-yard line of the Trion Bulldogs with 3:45 left to go in the first quarter, and the home team, the Trion Bulldogs, winning this one right now. 13-7 is your score. It's been an exciting first quarter. A lot has happened. We'll recap just a bit. Parker drops back, puts the ball in the air, and that is going to be incomplete. Bounces off the hands of Sammy Konchesky, and it looked like he took a pretty heavy hit in the process there.
Yeah, he got smacked. Not a bad throw, a little high off of Konchesky's fingertips, and then after the ball was passed, he got stuck. Looked like a clean hit to me.
So let's see what the Tigers do. They're going to send Talon Shirey on to punt this football away. Here on 4th and 22. He'll be standing at midfield when they snap the ball. And here's the snap to Talon, and he will kick it away. A little pooch punt there, and drops, and is going to be down at about the 14-yard line.
All right. Well, the Tigers took that ball at their own 14-yard line, Matt, and impressively marched it down to around the 30 of the Bulldogs, but penalties really bit them on that drive. They had 2 consecutive procedure penalties that put them back behind the chains after a 2-yard loss on first down by Demarion Floyd, and they weren't able to overcome that. And that was the first punt of the game, and you've got a dangerous Trion offense coming back out here on the field. I feel like you got to keep pace here, so Darlington needs a stop.
Yeah, Trion came into this game averaging 44.22 points a game. Their average margin of victory this year has been over 33 points.
The closest game, let's see.
There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Toby Maddox. He gets it out to about the 20, so that's a pickup close to 5 for him. It's going to be at the 19, so it was 4-yard gain. So 2nd down and 6 with the ball at the 19-yard line. Trion Bulldogs with a 13-7 lead. 3 minutes to go in the first.
3 and out would be nice.
Oh, just what the doctor ordered. 2nd down and 6 with trips to the far side. They're going to throw a screen pass to Toby Maddox, try to get him in space, and he is running down the sidelines. They get a first down. He gets close to the 30-yard line before they haul him out of bounds. Man, that'll be an 11-yard pickup for him.
They had his blockers out in front of him. Just a well-executed screen pass there. Hat on a hat. Luckily, the one tackler who was free to get Maddox down put him on the ground, as that is not an easy task.
So the Bulldogs will line up with 1st and 10 Ball at the 30-yard line. They're going to send a couple of wide receivers to the near side. You're going to have Christian Henderson and also Ethan Willingham. We saw Willingham make some big plays against Pepperell a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Yeah. There's the snap. They're going to hand the ball off. Maddox is going to run, but he doesn't get much there. The Tigers were able to wrap him up and get him to the turf pretty quickly that time. Picked up close to 2 yards.
Anytime you're getting him under 3, you're doing a good job. And I think the Tigers defense, it would do a lot for their mental well-being to get a stop here, just to know they can get off the field.
So we're under the 2-minute mark now officially of the first quarter. This is 2nd down and 8 for the Trion Bulldogs. Ball's at their 32. They're working from left to right if you happen to be listening on the radio. There's the snap. Got to hand the ball off, go back to Toby Maddox, and the Tigers are ready. 4 or 5 guys on him. Still can't bring him down, but they finally do. Great pursuit on defense by the Tigers and staying with that. Notice that Talon Shirey came up a little bit gimpy on that right leg.
That is not something the Tigers fans are going to want to see. He is such a dynamic player.
So this brings up 3rd and 8, or 3rd and 6 rather, here for the Trion Bulldogs. Defense has got to get a stop right here.
Yeah, this is the best 3rd down situation they've been in.
Shotgun formation, trying to draw the Tigers offside, and they were successful. So that's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, the hard count tricked them. Can't see they're checking Talon Shirey out over there. We'll keep a close eye on that. He is such an impact player for this Tigers football team on both sides of the ball.
This brings up 3rd and 2 here for the Trion Bulldogs with just under a minute to play here in the first quarter. They're going to line up with everybody in tight here in a power set. There's the snap, and it was a direct snap to Toby Maddox.
Wow.
Can he get the stop? He bulldozes through, and they got him.
Yeah, that's 4th down.
That's going to bring up 4th down. He's going to be just a little bit short.
And the Trion's toying with going for it.
They're going to go for it. No doubt about it. They'll line back up in that power set. Going to snap it direct to Toby Maddox. It's in his hands, and he's going to be stopped again. They got him. 4th down stop for the Darlington Tigers. That was awesome.
Huge, huge. I mean, what a big play there. Trion lined up. They were ready to go. They needed to get 2 yards. They had 2 plays to get it, and the Tigers denied them and will take over at the 38, just about where they punted the ball away on their last drive. So that is huge for this Darlington defense to show that they're going to make them fight for every inch the rest of the way.
Fantastic. So the Tigers are going to take over. They're going to have the ball at the 38-yard line on Trion's side of the field, and they will get lined up with Luke Parker at quarterback. Going to have 2 wide receivers to the near side, 2 on the far. Parker's going to hand it off, and up the middle goes to Marion Floyd, dives forward. There is a flag on the field, though.
Timmy Smith was coming on the field late there. He wasn't set. The ball got snapped. That was very discombobulated. I know this is going to be frustrating right now because the penalties are really hurting the Tigers. That's 4 for 20, and that's just in the last 3 offensive snaps. They've had 3 procedure penalties. So last 4 snaps, that is.
So 1st and 15. Now the ball's going to be at the 43. And the Tigers come back to the line of scrimmage with 2 wide on each side. Parker at quarterback and Demarion Floyd in the backfield with him. Scores 13-7 in favor of Trion, and I think we've seen our last play here of the first quarter. We have. So that's going to do it for the first quarter of the ball game. We're going to take a break. Trion 13, Darlington 7, and we'll be back in 1 minute. United Community Bank is the official banking partner of Bulldog Athletics. Seeing anything interesting on the score update so far, man?
Yeah, and I don't want to dive too much into all the scenarios because it'll just make your head spin. But, Cedartown's up over Northwest Whitfield, 7-0. Rome up in the first quarter, no surprise here, 28-zip over Etowah. Our Murchie leading Dade 7-0. And Pepperell up 21-0 over Coosa.
Well, you're going to have 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 on the far. Here for the Darlington Tigers, Parker at quarterback here on 1st and 15. They're going to give the ball to Demarion Floyd, runs out to the sidelines on the far side, bulldozes his way for a couple extra yards, ends up with a big chunk there. He's going to be short of the first down, but that was a good pickup for the Tigers.
Yeah, when you're behind the sticks on first down there, that was a key pickup. I mean, he got the penalty yardage and another 6 yards.
Yep.
Lowering the boom there, so absolutely 10 yards on that carry for D-Man. That gets him up to 36 on the game.
So 2nd and 4 here for the Tigers as they get ready to come back to the line of scrimmage. Going to send 2 wide to the far side, 1 on the near. The 1 on the near is Jake Trebus for this play. There's the snap. Parker's going to pitch to the left, give it to Demarion Floyd, and he is going to be hauled out of bounds around the 30. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds, but he should have a first down. Depending on where they mark him, he may be a little bit, just a hair short. Yep, going to be a little bit short.
And now Darlington is in the position Trion was just in. They've got to pick up a tough yard.
Indeed, it's 3rd down. Tigers come back to the line of scrimmage. They'll line up in the gun. Parker at quarterback, 2 wide to the near side, 1 on the far. There's the snap, a handoff to D-Man, lowers his head and tries to get the yard, and he can't. It's going to be a little bit short.
I don't think he got it. We'll see, though. The spot by the far side official, I think he's got it.
He may. Great effort there by the Tigers up front, and D-Man trying to get that.
We'll wait for the signal.
Still haven't seen it.
The white hat says measure.
Measure. All right.
Oh.
Great night for football. Right now it's about 52 degrees. Actually, it's dropped to 49 since we got this thing going.
How about that?
Yeah. It's what you want this time of year for sure. Of course, we had such a warm weekend last weekend. It's the contrast, I think, that makes it feel as cold as it feels. Because it was, what, in the 80s this past weekend?
Yeah, this time of year is just all over the map. We've got a kink in the chains, perhaps. Don't get Shane Beamer started on that. He's short.
Yep, going to be short.
And Ade DeSalis has a pretty good leg, but I don't think they're going to swing at a 46-yard field goal. So I believe the Tigers are going to line up here, Matt, and try to go get a quarter of a yard. Can Trion return the favor?
This has been an interesting couple of possessions for both teams. And the Tigers get ready to line up, trying to convert a 4th and 1 and keep this drive going with 11:34 left to go in the second quarter, with Trion leading it at home 13-7. Crowd here trying to make some noise. The Trion faithful here at Sam R. McCain Stadium at Clarence Blevins Field. Tigers are going to line up in a power set. Quarterback's going to be under center. That's Luke Parker.
And you got to wonder if they'll just sneak it. Parker's a pretty tall guy.
So here we go, folks. 4th down, and Parker tries to sneak it, and he's through. He got it.
Yeah. Second effort.
Yep, second effort there. Bounced off the left a little bit and was able to get the yard they needed. So the chains are moving. The Tigers are still alive here on this possession.
Yes, they are, man. And he got stoned there in the middle and kept his feet, shimmied to the left, fell forward, and got a little more than the quarter yard that they needed. And the Tigers keep this drive alive with a big 4th down conversion.
Boy, that was big time. So now the Tigers have got it at the 28-yard line in Bulldog territory. Going to send 3 wide receivers to the near side. Going to have Trebus, also Timmy Smith and Konchesky. They're going to hand it off to Demarion Floyd. Bounces out to the left, spins around, tries to get a little extra there. And I think he got about 6 yards after everything shakes out.
No doubt. That was a great carry.
This brings up 2nd down and 5 after a 5-yard pickup here for Demarion Floyd and the Tigers. Tigers come back to the line of scrimmage here, which is now at the 23-yard line with 3 wide to the near side, 1 on the far side. Snap to Parker, throws a quick pass to Talon Shirey, trying to get him in space. Shakes off a man, another man, and then he's brought down at the 20, so he's able to get about 3 yards.
I'll tell you what, it's just good to see Shirey back out there on the field. He is elusive, and getting him the ball in space has been a really good recipe for success for the Tigers. He's still kind of walking it off, you can tell, and Konchesky also out there kind of flexing. I don't know if you saw that hit he took on the last drive. I think he's got a little bit of a stinger.
So he'll take a break here on this particular down, but it's 3rd and 3 here for the Tigers. Ball's at the 20.
Wildcat.
And we're going Wildcat with Demarion Floyd going to take the snap here. Ball's in his hands. He'll run it to the right side now, cuts back inside, dives forward, and the Tigers are going to be real close to another first down.
I think that they're moving the chain, so that is a La Scala first down.
All right, so the ball's at the 17-yard line. The Tigers have it in the red zone with 1st and 10 with 9:28 remaining on the clock here in this second quarter of the football game. This drive started with a little over 16 seconds left in the first quarter. Tigers are going to send a couple of wide to the far side, 1 on the near, working from left to right. Parker at quarterback, Demarion Floyd in the backfield with him. They'll turn, fake the handoff, throw it out to the far side, connects with the receiver, and a Trion defender connects with him and brings him down to the turf. Ball went to Talon Shirey, and I think it was Garrett Mahan who made the stop there.
Yeah,
also
great open field tackle. Shirey got up a little frustrated there. Thought there was a face mask, and looking at the replay, there very well may have been a face mask. But the officials did not see it. It'll be 2nd and 11.
And from the 18-yard line, the Tigers come back to the line of scrimmage in the red zone. Going to send a couple of wide to the near side, a couple on that left side. Floyd in the backfield with Parker. Here's the snap, dropping back as Parker puts it in the air, connects with an open Sammy Konchesky, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 4 yards.
Look, you know, it's a little dink and dunk game there from Parker to Konchesky.
So this gets the Tigers inside the 15, almost to the 14-yard line with 3rd down and 7. Just under 8 minutes to play here in the second quarter with Trion leading at 13-7. Tigers will break the huddle.
And they're certainly into Salas's field goal range if they don't get this into 4th and manageable.
2 wide to the near side. There's the snap. Parker is going to hand it off to Demarion Floyd, dives forward, picks up about 3 or 4 yards with extra effort at the end of the play. That's going to bring up another 4th down.
Yes, it is. And them going to the run there, Matt, makes me wonder if they're going to go, if they were planning on going for it the whole time. And I believe they were.
Yeah, I think they are.
Here comes Sam Wooten out on the field.
Tigers are going to go for it on 4th and 4. They've already converted 1 4th down on this drive. They're going to have 2 wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Parker's at quarterback. Demarion Floyd in the backfield. We're going to have a timeout. All right, let's take it with them. 4th down and 4. Tigers with the ball at the 11-yard line in the red zone. 7:03 left to go here in the first half. We're back in 30 seconds. All right, we welcome you back. We're live at Sam R. McCain Stadium at Clarence Blevins Field here in Trion, Georgia, where the Darlington Tigers are playing against the Trion Bulldogs for a region championship tonight to close out the regular season and get ready for the playoffs coming up next week. And it's a 13-7 ball game right now. Ian, Trion leads this one, but it's been quite a battle here in the first half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Trion was able to score on their second possession. Darlington's second possession, they stalled out, but then they got a huge fourth down stop that set this drive up. They've already converted one fourth down. Can they do it again?
Well, we're about to find out. 4th down and 4 for the Tigers. They're going to line up with an empty backfield for Parker. 3 wide to the far side, a couple to the near. There's the snap. Parker rolls out. He is going to have to bail. Company in the backfield. They're pulling his jersey, and he's going to take he's going to throw an interception. And now streaking down the field is going to be a defender here for the Trion Bulldogs after picking that one off. And he is going to be brought down at about the 25-yard line. So an interception return sets him up close to the red zone. And I'm trying to pick up that young man's number so we can give him credit where credit's due. And I've been screamed, and I can't pick it up.
I think it's
74, I think.
61.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm watching the replay right now. I believe it is number 61, which is Colby Evans.
All righty.
And look, Luke Parker was trying to make a play. It's 4th down. You got to get rid of the ball, right? And he was trying not to take the sack and maybe improve field position, and it came back to burn him there. But an excellent play there by Colby Evans.
Oh, indeed.
And a huge momentum swing. Wow, first turnover of the game.
So the Trion Bulldogs are going to have the football at the 28-yard line in Tiger territory with 6 minutes and 46 seconds left to go here in the first half of play, already leading this one 13-7. They got their offense out on the field. They're going to line up in a pistol set here. There's the snap to Smith. He is going to hand it off to Toby Maddox. Almost got tripped up. He stays up. He's going to be greeted by a host of Tigers.
Ooh, it's getting chippy.
It is. Flags are coming in to the Trion fans' delight. This one's going to be on the Tigers.
I think it is. I think they're going to get Sam Wooten for popping Ezra Adams there. There's a heated exchange, but they usually get the guy who swings last.
Yeah, that's normally how that goes for sure.
Here we go. Here's the call. Personal foul.
And so the official will mark off the penalty yards. And this is one of the things, it's about the details in these situations. You cannot make it any easier for these guys.
No doubt about it. Man, they had done a good job stopping Maddox on the play, too.
Brought it down to the 16-yard line. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs inside the red zone. Going to send 3 wide to the far side, 1 on the near side. Cade Smith, the quarterback, is going to line him up in a gun. He's got Toby Maddox in the backfield with him, again at the 16-yard line. Here's the snap to Smith. He is going to fake the handoff and cut it to the near side, shakes off a couple of guys, and trots into the end zone standing up. It's going to be a 16-yard scamper there for a touchdown for Cade Smith, and the Bulldogs strike again. There's a holding call against the Bulldogs. So,
well, that's huge.
This is coming back.
Huge. And the first penalty on the Trion Bulldogs tonight is a huge penalty because it negates a touchdown.
All right, so this time a penalty against the Trion Bulldogs helps the Tigers out. And this is going to drop them back to the 19-yard line.
Big time.
Needed that big time.
Yes, they did. They've got to take advantage of it here, Matt.
That's the truth. All right, shotgun formation with Toby Maddox in the backfield. And now he's going to split wide to the left side. Empty backfield here for Cade Smith. He drops back looking to throw and to an open receiver who catches it jumping into the air. That was number 44, Logan Stokes. We figure we'd call that name a time or two tonight, and that's a 19-yard pass play for a touchdown. Cade Smith to Logan Stokes.
And Matt, that was just lulling them to sleep there all night. It's been a little dink and dunk. They haven't gone downfield. You get a penalty on a touchdown run on the play before. That time they go play action, and Stokes was wide open.
Made a nice grab there, leaping in the air. And here comes the extra point here from Ramirez. And that one's going to be through and good. And the score is going to be 20-7 in favor of Trion with 6:06 left to go in the first half.
Matt, if you're Darlington, they deferred. They won the toss, deferred to the second half. This next drive is crucial. If they can just milk the clock a little bit, go down and get points of any kind at this point, even a field goal would be huge, and keep trying from putting any more points up this half, get a chance to come out and open up with the ball in their hands in the second half. They can fight their way back into this. Only a 2-possession ball game.
And we're a ways off from it now, but when we get to halftime, we'll relay some scores for you from other area games as teams are wrapping up the regular season tonight. The playoffs, the HSA playoffs starting next week. So we'll know how everything shakes out tonight. It'll be an exciting night on the Rome Orthopedic Center High School Football Scoreboard Show. Hope those guys have got their brackets out tonight because there's going to be a lot of filling out to do, huh?
No doubt about it. They've got their work cut out for them this evening.
A lot of figuring. We've been looking at some of these scenarios this week, and I'd go get some headache medicine trying to figure it all out.
I'm trying not to borrow trouble looking at one of these scores in particular.
Well, Ramirez is going to trot to the ball and kick it away for the Bulldogs. Fielding it's going to be Talon Shire. Let's see if he can get a big return here. He's across the 20, spins around, and they're going to bring him down by his leg at about the 22.
Shirey is fired up, man. I'm not sure what he was unhappy with, but he definitely came up frustrated there. But the Tigers have to shake that off. They've got to get the rattlesnakes out and focus on going and getting points here. This game is not out of hand, but they need to go get points.
So the Tigers get ready to come back to the line of scrimmage, which is going to be at the 21-yard line on Darlington's side of the field. 2 wide receivers to the near, 2 on the far. Man motions from right to left. They give it to Talon Shirey there, the motion man, and he's going to be brought out of bounds. They string it out there on the edge, and there wasn't any room for him to get to.
No, excellent defense there by Trion. 20 had the lead block there. I mean, they just had a hat on a hat, and Trion made the play there.
So they lost 1 yard there on the play, bringing up a 2nd down and 11 here for the Tigers. Tigers will come back to the line of scrimmage with 2 wide on each side of the formation. Floyd in the backfield. He fans to the right. There's a pass up the middle of the field, connects with Sammy Koncheski, and he signals the first down.
Yes, he did.
So the Tigers move the ball, man. What a night for Sammy Koncheski lining up as a wide receiver.
How many yards was that, Matt? 15, I believe.
Going to send a wide receiver to the near side. That's Jake Trebus, 2 on the far side. Demarion Floyd in the backfield. Parker taking the snap. He'll turn, hands it off to Floyd, and the ball is loose on the turf, and the Trion Bulldogs have recovered the fumble. Coming out with it is Logan Maddox.
I'll tell you what, man, Darlington has protected the ball all season. They have done an excellent job of protecting the ball. But tonight, the turnover monster has bit them on consecutive drives. And Trion will go out and set up with great field position here with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in the second quarter.
.5:12, as you mentioned, left to go here in the second quarter. Trion up 20-7. Tigers absolutely have to find a way to get a stop here.
And they know it. And they can do it. They've
done it before in this game.
Yeah.
So the Bulldogs take over with 5:12 left to go in the quarter and the half. There's the snap. Smith is going to fake the handoff, and he's going to run it himself, and he's dropped in the backfield. Sam Wooten lowers the boom there. A tackle for a loss.
And Smith's hurt, I think. Yep. Yeah, he took a hard hit there. You know, he moves really well laterally, but he did not see Demarion Floyd coming in for that tackle. He's going to shake it off and stay out there, but he is definitely, well, you can see it. There's a hitch in the giddy-up. I think they're going to have to call a timeout, man. I don't think.
Yeah, he's definitely hurt.
Well, here we go.
Smith's going to take the snap, turns, going to throw a pass to Toby Maddox, little trick play. He'll put it in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. I think he was out of bounds. No, he got it. He caught it.
Yeah.
Caught it down inside the 15-yard line, so this is going to bring up 1st and 10 in the red zone here for Trion after the big pass play.
And that was well defended. I mean, this Toby Maddox put that thing right in the breadbasket. Absolutely did. My goodness.
Who caught that ball? I didn't catch the number on that
Ethan
play.
Willingham.
Ethan Willingham?
Yeah. What can't this kid do? I mean, that was an absolute dime.
So this is 1st and 10. Ball at the 14-yard line here for the Trion Bulldogs. They lead it 20-7 here at home. Game is for the region championship. Pistol formation. Smith is going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Toby, and he dives forward. Maybe picked up 2-3 yards on the play.
Pretty well defended there. Tigers need to string a couple of good plays together, put Trion, get them out of their comfort zone.
Got to be a wide receiver to the near side here for the Bulldogs. Here's the snap to Smith. He is going to hand it off to Toby Maddox, runs towards the near side, shakes off a couple of tackles. He gets it down to the 5-yard line. That's going to set up
3rd and very short.
Very short.
Yeah. Timmy Smith made the touchdown saving tackle by his shoestring.
And now Cade Smith's going to come off to the sidelines. He's hobbling around on that, what looks like his right leg maybe. But Toby Maddox is going to line up. They will snap the ball to him. And here's the snap to Maddox. He's going to run forward and try to dive into the end zone. He's going to be stopped. Nope, he's in. Touchdown. It's going to be a 5-yard plunge there for Toby Maddox and the Bulldogs, and they have struck again here in this first half.
His 3rd touchdown of the half. He also threw about a 35-yard pass on that drive as well. So far Maddox has caught a ball, thrown a completion, and run for 3 touchdowns and 130 yards.
Andy Ramirez is going to try to kick it through the uprights, and I believe it was blocked.
Yeah.
Sure was. So that'll be no good on the extra point attempt, and the score remains 26-7.
And now we got a flag. I don't know if that's going to be unsportsmanlike on Darlington or.
Left to go in the first half. Your score: Bulldogs 26, Darlington 7.
Wow. Well, we're super glad to have you along with us tonight on WLAQ and also the live stream, wherever you're tuning in from tonight. Hope you're having a great evening. And we're now getting the signals here from the official.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Darlington.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Darlington, as you just heard over the PA.
Wayne Groves is asking for a little explanation from the officials here, but the penalties are starting to stack up on the Tigers. That's 6 for 50 yards already by my count.
I want to take an opportunity to thank our radio sponsors for making it possible for us to travel around with the Darlington Tigers this year. Atrium Health Floyd, also Avery Drugs, Embry Painting, a new one this year, Fort Giddings and Kane Jewelers, Georgia Lottery with us tonight, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Harbin Clinic, the Honeymoon Bakery, Riverside Auto Group, Rome Orthopedic Center, and Ware Mechanical, and also La Scala sponsoring our first downs here tonight.
We couldn't do it without them, Matt, and we sure love doing it. So.
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else on a Friday night, I can assure you of that.
As a result of the penalty, Bulldogs will be kicking off for the Darlington 45-yard.
So now with the penalty yards tacked on, you're going to have the Bulldogs.
Penalty flag.
Another penalty flag comes in over on Right now, Coach Groves kind of got his hands out, asking what happened. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Darlington again. And now you're going to have...
They might try an onside.
Oh.
If I'm here, I mean, that's my strategy. If I'm kicking from the 30, I might as well try it. Wow. Man, that's 7 penalties for 65 yards.
Trion is kicking off from the 30-yard line on Darlington's side of the field. I don't think I've ever seen one quite like this before. It looks weird, you know.
Right. I mean, I'd onside it for sure.
Ramirez, and it does look like that's what he's doing. Yep.
Why not?
Yep, they're going to take a stab at it here. So Ramirez getting ready to take the short trot up to the football, and he will kick it away, actually. And this is going to be fielded at about the 7-yard line and brought out by the Tigers. My, what a spirited run out to about the 25 here for the Darlington Tigers and Talon Shirey.
Yeah, I'm shocked there. If I've got, I mean, it's got to go 10 yards, so the worst you're going to end up with is starting at the 20-yard line. Surprised they didn't try the onside there, but they didn't. Talon Shirey almost broke that sucker, too.
He really did.
He's a threat to do it anytime he touches the ball. All right, Tigers have to take a deep breath here and go out and focus on the main thing, right? What is it?
Keep the main thing the main thing.
I've heard you say it a million times.
They got to string together enough plays here to get some points before halftime. 2:40 left. They trail 26-7. 4 wide receiver set, 2 on each side. Parker drops back, looking to throw. Pocket collapses. He's going to have to tuck this football and just bail out. And he takes a pretty heavy hit in the process, maybe picked up about a yard. It's been tough sledding out there.
It has, but the thing is this thing got away quick. They were right in it. They've moved the ball. It's the turnovers and the penalties that have really just plagued the Tigers here, and they can still fight back. If they can go get some points here, they get the ball to start the second half. So hopefully they can get something cooking here.
2nd and 10 after no gain for the Tigers. Ball on the 26. There's the snap. Parker puts the ball in the air, and it's going to be intercepted by the Trion Bulldogs. Sails over the intended receiver's head and right into the Bulldogs' hands. That's going to be number 1, Garrett Mahan, with an interception, and he gets it to about the 30-yard line. So the Bulldogs have got another opportunity here in the first half. This is not good.
Oh, and a penalty
flag. So that's going to be 3 turnovers for the Tigers. They've had 2 interceptions and also a fumble in this first half. That's very rare.
I mean, this is 3rd straight possession with a turnover, Matt. Whew. And we'll see what the call is here. But I won't be surprised if it's on Darlington. The frustration is starting to boil over.
He was following the guy.
Officials having a conference at about the 20-yard line, sorting this thing out. We'll get their call here in just a couple of moments. Still pointing and looking and all kind of stuff. Right now the score is 26-7 in favor of the Trion Bulldogs with just under 2 minutes to play in the first half of the ball game. And still the Zebras are conferencing.
Trying to sort this out. Oh, my goodness, Matt. What a chaotic 5 minutes of football. Face mask against Darlington.
Man.
Unsportsmanlike against Trion. Okay, so.
Personal foul, face mask against Darlington. Personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that should be a wash.
All right.
And they're marching it off. Trion is right there in scoring position once again.
Yep, they're going to have the ball at the 6. Well, now they're going to march the other way. That's always fun to watch.
It is. Absolutely. Guess that's the protocol. You got to
Yeah,
follow
you gotta
protocol.
do it. You do.
Yeah.
So they're going to bring it out to the 31-yard line. Trion's going to have it in Darlington territory with just under 2 minutes to play with 1st and 10. So you're still in a tight spot here.
Oh, we're in a tight spot.
Oh.
One of the stars of that movie, Oh Brother Where Art There, is going to be in Rome tomorrow. Tim Blake Nelson.
That was unintentional
I know,
for me. I
I
can
know.
tell you that, because I hate to admit this, but I've actually never seen that movie.
Wow.
Which is a shocker,
Matt
I'm
Davis.
sure. But
Matt Davis.
Yeah.
You got some homework, buddy.
I'm familiar with it, but I've just never sat down and taken the time to watch it.
Well,
and I like movies. I'm somebody that likes to do that.
I know. You're a pop culture guy.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, I'm
But-
disappointed in myself.
All right.
I hang my head in shame since I've never seen it. I got to correct that. So I have to say that ever again.
Well.
So here come the Bulldogs back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to send 2 wide to the right side, actually 3 now, and they're going to line up with a wide receiver to the near side. Smith getting ready to take the snap. He's going to drop back, puts the ball in the air. That's a fade, and it is going to be incomplete. He was open, had his hands on it, and could not haul it in. And that was Logan Stokes, who the pass was thrown to, and that would have been a touchdown.
Oh, the ball was on the money. Stokes just couldn't reel it in. Well, that was a walk-in touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Tigers dodge a bullet there. Let's see if they can get a stop here. 2nd down and 10 here for the Bulldogs with 1:50 left to go in the second quarter of the ball game. We're almost to halftime. And the Tigers want to stop the bleeding here. Already in a tough position here. Don't want to give up any more points. Empty backfield. Here's the snap. Cade Smith drops back, throws a screen pass, and hits his receiver over there, number 1, Garrett Mahan. And he catches it, but it's going to be a short gain, maybe 2 yards.
That should be 3rd and long. 2nd down.
He got more than I thought he did.
Somehow the
it
marker's
is 3rd down.
It's got to be.
It is 3rd
Okay,
down.
all right.
Yep. They just hadn't changed it yet. He was trying to get it marked and had to flip the switch.
This would be
He'll
it.
flip the switch.
This is a huge stop. They need to get off the field.
So this is going to be an empty backfield here for Cade Smith. Going to send 3 wide to the right side, 2 to the near side.
They're milking the clock here, Matt.
So again, 3rd and 6 from the 28. Dropping back is Smith. He's got company in the backfield. He's going to connect with with Maddox, Toby Maddox. And he's going to stay up, and a host of Tigers is going to bring him down at about the 15. I called him Logan because I know a guy that calls games. His name's Logan Maddox.
Yeah.
But it's
Excellent
Toby Maddox.
broadcaster. Voice of the Rome Braves, correct?
Yeah, he sure does, and
Yeah.
he works at Jacksonville State.
Cade Smith is not 100%. He's still hobbling around out there, but did a good job there eluding the rush, setting up the screen. A good open field tackle by Talon Shirey there as well, Matt. But we've got a timeout. You want to stay here with the action? Or?
Yeah, we will since it's this close to halftime. And you got to tip your cap to Cade. I mean, he's obviously hurt playing in this game, but this game means so much to him. And he wants to be out there helping his team try to get this thing across the finish line. They're 9-0 for the season. And trying to come up with that perfect year that they have not had for a very long time, as we pointed out earlier. 1974 was the last time they went 10-0 in a regular season.
Well, Trion has been ready. I'm telling you, though, it's amazing how quickly a football game can flip, because Darlington was right in the thick of this, and in a 5-minute span, it kind of reminds me of of Florida's second quarter against Georgia last week.
I'm surprised you want to bring that up and even think about it anymore.
It was unpleasant for me, but
okay, so this is 1st and 10 here for the Trion Bulldogs with the ball at the 14 in the red zone. And now Smith is going to line up in a shotgun with Toby Maddox in the backfield with him. Going to have 2 wide receivers to the near side. Dropping back is Smith, and he's looking downfield. Flags are coming in, and he's going to be dropped, but we'll see what the flags are.
Should be a hold. When the quarterback stays in the pocket that long, usually you're going to have an offensive lineman. And Smith, I mean, he's out there on one leg almost. You see, he's in a lot of pain.
Penalty flag on the play, holding against the Bulldogs.
So this will back the Bulldogs up 10 yards. And from the spot of the foul, so they will get ready for first and a mile. 20 to go. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Quarterback's going to roll to his left, looking to throw it. He's got it. Little fade's going to be thrown toward the corner of the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete. Fans were wanting a flag, but it was good coverage there by, I believe, Demarion Floyd.
Yeah. Floyd definitely, I don't think he didn't get his head turned there, but at the high school level, that shielding call is not going to be made. He kept his hands up. Good play.
So 28.2 seconds left to go on the clock, with Trion leading at 26-7. Bulldogs are going to line up in a gun with Toby Maddox in the backfield with Smith. 2 wide receivers on either side. And this is 2nd and 20 with the ball at the 24. Trion on Darlington's side of the field. Here's the snap. Smith is going to drop back. He's going to throw a screen pass, connects with his man, and it's going to be Toby Maddox dropped at about the 14-yard line.
Time is becoming an issue here. Boy, Darlington really needs to get off the field here without giving up any more points before they go into the locker room. But Trion takes timeout.
Yep, let's take this one with them. 16.6 seconds left in the first half. Trion up 26-7. Big 3rd down and 11 coming up. Here we go, folks. We got 16.6 left on the clock here for the remainder of the first half of the game. Trion is up 26-7, and as you pointed out, all of the, most of the scoring that's created so much separations occurred in the last 4 minutes or so.
Yeah, Matt, and Trion is out of timeouts here, so if Darlington can tackle them within the boundary, they can get to the locker room without giving up any more points.
Here is the snap from the gun. They're going to throw another fade to the corner of the end zone, and this one is going to be incomplete. Yeah, I was looking at my score sheet, man, and with 6:46 left to go in the second quarter, we still had a 13-7 ball game.
Yeah, and Darlington had the ball in Trion territory. So, yeah, it's amazing how quickly it can get away with the turnovers on 3 consecutive drives. 2 of them, all of them, in putting Trion in scoring position. Now they're going to attempt a field goal.
32-yard attempt here coming up. Kick is on the way, and that one is going to be good. That was a good-looking kick there from Ramirez. Also got a flag on the field. Going to be a roughing the kicker.
Yeah, this might not be done. I don't know if Trion will take the points off the board. They may tack it on to the...
Field goal is good. Personal foul.
Roughing the kicker.
Roughing the kicker.
Oh, my goodness.
The kickoff.
So that's another.
7 seconds left to go in the first half. Your score, Bulldogs 29, Darlington 7.
So it's 29-7 with 7 seconds left to go here in the first half. And the penalty yards assessed on the kickoff here for the ref and the kicker. Penalty against the Darlington Tigers. So penalties and turnovers, a big part of the story here for the last several minutes of the first half.
No doubt about it. And frustration.
Yeah, very much so.
From this Darlington team.
So the ball is going to be teed up at the 45-yard line. And we'll get ready for Ramirez to put the boot on it again. And he just kicked a 32-yard field goal to add some more points here for the Trion Bulldogs totals here in the first half. And there's the whistle, and the signal ready to go. And Ramirez will trot to the ball, and we'll kick this one away, and that one's going to sail into the end zone, a touchback.
Katie's kick goes into the end zone.
All right, Matt, 7 seconds left. I think Darlington will just take this to the locker room and try to regroup. And, just see if they can come out and chip away in the second half. They get the ball to start the first half. And I think the same woman with really strong vocal cords that we heard a few weeks ago is really, I can hear her on the crowd mic.
Oh, yeah. And she's a good 60 yards down the field, isn't she?
Yeah, I think so.
To our left.
Yeah.
So there's the snap, and the Tigers, as you predicted, will take a knee and take it to the locker room down 29-7. So your score at halftime, Trion 29, Darlington 7. We're going to send it back to the studio for a 4-minute timeout. We'll come back for the halftime show after these messages.
Coosa Steel is a family-owned full-line steel service center located in Rome, Georgia. Since 1972, we've been working to make our customers more efficient by providing steel product supply and processing all in one place. We are proud to provide a large range of products, including hot-rolled and cold-finished steel, stainless steel, galvanized steel, aluminum, and alloys. Our capabilities enable us to assemble and process steel orders within days, shortening your lead time. Coosa Steel. Steel for your project.
At Darlington, we're proud to wear purple and white.
Because Tigers strive for greatness.
In the classroom and on the field.
We know that we can do anything, be anything,
achieve anything.
We're part of a program that is 100% dedicated to nourishing our minds and our bodies.
As teammates, we push each other further than we ever thought we could go.
Because every single one of us has something to contribute.
We practice hard so that when we compete, we can leave it all out on the field.
With each win, we build confidence.
With each loss is a lesson.
Our coaches teach us more than technique.
They prepare us to be good teammates,
friends, and people.
We face adversity together
and push through to reach our goals.
We may struggle,
but we will never give up.
Because today,
tomorrow, forever.
We're Darlington Tigers.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
My name is Ryan Somerville. I am the sales manager for Business Water Solutions. We do water purification coolers as well as ice machines for any size business. We're on campus right now at Darlington School. Super happy to be here. They're one of our biggest customers. I myself played sports here. Our two founders played sports here. It was absolutely our pleasure to be a sponsor for Darlington Athletics. I think one thing that really sets us apart is our water purification. There's 13 stages. The reverse osmosis part of it has been a huge part of our success, along with our 24-hour guarantee for service calls. So when a customer does call us, we're guaranteed within 24 hours. We were able to provide a touchless water system to make it more COVID-friendly in terms of germs and touching the water system. One thing I always say is we're not selling a product, we're selling our service. That's what we really push for every single day, is to have a customer service experience like they've never had before.
Get ready to slam dunk into local high school basketball action with Northwest Georgia Media. From the regular season to the playoffs, we've got you covered. Don't miss a single game. Catch all the excitement live and in high definition. Follow us on X and Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Northwest Georgia Media, your home for high school hoops. Let the games begin.
We welcome you back. It is halftime here at Sam R. McCain Stadium at Clarence Blevins Field, home of the Trion Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs pulled away there in the second quarter to lead this one at halftime, 29-7 over your Darlington Tigers. We got about 16 minutes until play resumes for the second half. But the Tigers got a little bit of hole they got to dig out of. It's a good thing, as you pointed out just before we went to the break, that the Tigers deferred to the second half, so they do get the offense back in on the field after the break. A little bit of rest there. Hopefully get a little spark going and get something going quick. They're going to need to in the second half.
And let's just paint the picture on how things went in the first half, Matt.
Sure.
You know, you had the Trion Bulldogs got the first half kickoff after Darlington won the toss and deferred, and on the very first play from scrimmage, Toby Maddox takes it to the house.
65 yards.
65 yards to the house. So Darlington gets the kickoff, start their own 20. They trot out Luke Parker at quarterback and Sammy Konchesky at wide receiver. We hadn't seen that all year. Simple little screen. Konchesky breaks a few tackles, gets to the sidelines, and takes it to the house 80 yards. Both teams score on the first play from scrimmage, and we're off to the races. Now, I didn't mention Darlington, Trion mishandled the snap on their extra point attempt, so they only had 6. Darlington took the lead when they hit theirs 7-6. Trion answers, marches the field, a little more of a drive, had to pick up a couple of tough third downs, but eventually punches it in, another Toby Maddox touchdown run. And then Darlington stalls out on their next drive, but gets a big fourth down stop. They convert a fourth down after that. They are knocking on the door midway through the second quarter. Looks like Darlington might go back up, take the lead. They face a 4th and 4. Luke Parker trying to escape, throws an interception. And from there, Matt, it was all Trion.
It was, and again, the lead for Trion here at halftime is 29-7 over the Darlington Tigers. And again, it was just a tough stretch there about midway through the second quarter of that football game. That's the difference in this ball game at this point. But let's see if the pendulum can swing the other way in the Tigers' favor as they start the second half. That's what you got to try to get going here.
They needed to get to the locker room. The wheels were coming off. 3 consecutive drives ended in turnovers that set Trion up on Darlington's side of the field. And the game was getting away from them, and they were starting to lose their composure a little bit with the penalties. As things got chippier and chippier as that quarter wore on. Coach Groves and his staff are in there right now, getting them refocused. We got to come out and concentrate and play the toughest second half we can play and claw our way back in this game. If they can come out and get a touchdown to start this second half, they can work their way back in this game.
Oh, indeed. So I tell you what, we are going to take a break here in just a moment, and after we come back from the break, I'm really eager to find out what's going on with other games around the area. So let's take another break before we do that, though. We're glad to have you with us. It's halftime. Darlington Tigers trail at half 29-7 here in a game that's going to decide the region champs here of 2023 for Region 7A Division I. We'll be back in 3.5 minutes.
Coosa Steel is a family-owned full-line steel service center located in Rome, Georgia. Since 1972, we've been working to make our customers more efficient by providing steel product supply and processing all in one place. We are proud to provide a large range of products, including hot-rolled and cold-finished steel, stainless steel, galvanized steel, aluminum, and alloys. Our capabilities enable us to assemble and process steel orders within days, shortening your lead time. Coosa Steel. Steel for your project.
At Darlington, we're proud to wear purple and white.
Because Tigers strive for greatness.
In the classroom and on the field.
We know that we can do anything, be anything,
achieve anything.
We're part of a program that is 100% dedicated to nourishing our minds and our bodies.
As teammates, we push each other further than we ever thought we could go.
Because every single one of us has something to contribute.
We practice hard so that when we compete, we can leave it all out on the field.
With each win, we build confidence.
With each loss is a lesson.
Our coaches teach us more than technique.
They prepare us to be good teammates,
friends,
and people.
We face adversity together
and push through to reach our goals.
We may struggle,
but we will never give up.
Because today,
tomorrow, forever.
We're Darlington Tigers.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
My name is Ryan Somerville. I am the sales manager for Business Water Solutions. We do water purification coolers as well as ice machines for any size business. We're on campus right now at Darlington School. Super happy to be here. They're one of our biggest customers. I myself played sports here. Our two founders played sports here. It was absolutely our pleasure to be a sponsor for Darlington Athletics. I think one thing that really sets us apart is our water purification. There's 13 stages. The reverse osmosis part of it has been a huge part of our success, along with our 24-hour guarantee for service calls. So when a customer does call us, we're guaranteed within 24 hours. We were able to provide a touchless water system to make it more COVID-friendly in terms of germs and touching the water system. One thing I always say is we're not selling a product, we're selling our service. That's what we really push for every single day, is to have a customer service experience like they've never had before.
Get ready to slam dunk into local high school basketball action with Northwest Georgia Media. From the regular season to the playoffs, we've got you covered. Don't miss a single game. Catch all the excitement.
Treated to a great performance tonight right now from the Trion Marching Band, and just doing a fantastic job. I'm not very familiar with the music that they're playing tonight, but they're hitting all the right notes there, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah. Do you know these songs?
I haven't had a chance to pay close enough attention. All I know is that there's a Spider-Man out there, and I don't think it's Marvel music, but it's good. It's well played.
Oh, no question about it. Well, we're going to go ahead and have a look at scores from around the region, courtesy of Rome Orthopedic Center. And Ian, what do you got?
Man, I feel like Lauren Smith. You just did it to me.
Well,
man.
we talked to him yesterday morning, and I didn't even do that on purpose. It just came out.
You're on a roll tonight with these unintentional nods.
But now with us, it's every Thursday that we talk to Lauren Smith. It's like, Lauren, what did you have for breakfast today, and what famous luminary cooked it for you?
That's right. Well, buttered biscuits are definitely going to be part of that. So anyway, all right. We'll get to some scores, and there's some big games out there that are going to decide the seeding in the playoffs. We're calling one tonight, and again, the home team is up 29-7. Trion leads Darlington at the half. Over in Trenton, our Murchie is giving the Dade County Wolverines all they can handle. 14-7 Dade leads, but our Murchie was up 7-0 in that ball game. Cedartown is up 19-0 on Northwest Whitfield, and that's where they like to be. They're a great comeback team, but I think Cedartown will finish that one off. Cedartown's been playing great lately. Pepperell up 21-0 over Coosa. Rome up 56-0 at halftime over Etowah. Sonoraville all knotted up with Southeast Whitfield. Rockmart 38-0 over North Murray.
I thought North Murray would get a few points in that game. I definitely predicted Rockmart would win it, but I at least thought they would get that offense going and get on the board.
Yeah, I thought they would score. I think we both thought Rockmart would win big, but 38-0 second quarter, that's kind of crazy. Here's a shocker. Daresville has already clinched the region championship, but they're trailing Coahulla Creek. The Colts leading at home 14-7 at the half. And that's all I got for you, Matt.
All right, we'll check back on that as the night progresses. We're at halftime here at Sam R. McCain Stadium. Tigers on the road taking on the Trion Bulldogs. Right now, the Bulldogs are on top 29-7. We got about 7 minutes left till we get done with halftime. So we'll talk a little bit about these two teams' coaches. Of course, Wayne Groves is in his first season as head coach. And so far this year, 6-3. So no matter what happens for the rest of the night tonight, win or lose, Coach Groves and his team's going to have a winning record this year and also a trip to the playoffs. So a great start to his head coaching career after, just having a great run as a defensive coordinator at Valdosta and then most recently at Rome, where he led a couple of the best defenses in the state on a couple of occasions. So just want to tip my cap at this point in time to Coach Groves, and what a great job he's done with this team throughout the year.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's installing his culture, putting his stamp on the program, and let's not forget, this is a Darlington team that lost a ton of talent, especially up front from last year's region champion squad. And he's done a great job of getting them back in a position to win another one this year.
Indeed, and the head coach tonight and for the last several seasons for the Trion Bulldogs is Sean Patrick. This is his fourth season at the helm. In year one, they went 3-7 in. Year two, 10-2, and made it the second round of the playoffs. And last year they were 9-3, also a second round playoff bid there for the Trion Bulldogs. And obviously this year they're 9-0 with a chance to win their first region title since 2003. Now it's time for a little trivia here.
Okay.
All right. Who was the head coach for Trion when they won their last region title?
Was it David Humphreys?
No.
No.
It was Darlington's current offensive line coach, Mark Loudermilk.
Wow.
And his teams won back-to-back region titles in 2002 and 2003. And that 03 squad made it all the way to the semifinals, where they lost to Lincoln County 28-24.
Man.
So he had a great run here as the head coach of the Trion Bulldogs, and now he's a part of the Darlington coaching staff. So
that is a good piece of trivia right
I
there.
mean, today I was just doing a little bit of digging, as we often do, getting ready for these games and looking at the Georgia High School Football Historian site, and made that connection. I'm like, oh, we're going to pull that out at halftime.
Solid stuff.
Thought that was pretty interesting. Well, we are going to take one more break. We're at halftime. Trion Bulldogs up 29-7 over the Darlington Tigers, and we will step out for 4 minutes and be back for the start of the second half.
My name is Ryan Somerville. I am the sales manager for Business Water Solutions. We do water purification coolers as well as ice machines for any size business. We're on campus right now at Darlington School. Super happy to be here. They're one of our biggest customers. I myself played sports here. Our two founders played sports here. It was absolutely our pleasure to be a sponsor for Darlington Athletics. I think one thing that really sets us apart is our water purification. There's 13 stages. The reverse osmosis part of it has been a huge part of our success, along with our 24-hour guarantee for service calls. So when a customer does call us, we're guaranteed within 24 hours. We were able to provide a touchless water system to make it more COVID-friendly in terms of germs and touching the water system. One thing I always say is we're not selling a product, we're selling our service. That's what we really push for every single day, is to have a customer service experience like they've never had before.
Shop for your next car, truck, or SUV at Riverside Auto Group. Check out riversideautogroup.com today to browse their selection, or visit with them in person at Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rome, Riverside Toyota in Rome, and the all-new Riverside Buick GMC Cadillac in Cartersville. Locally owned and operated by the Welburn family since 1974. That's Riverside Auto Group. Visit riversideautogroup.com.
Here, I'm becoming who I want to be.
Here, I am looking toward my future.
Here, we learn from our failures so that we may soon succeed.
Here, we're passionate about learning and trying new things every day.
Here, we search for new perspectives and cultures so we can better understand the world.
Because at Darlington, we know we're in the most trusted hands.
As we discover new passions and learn more about ourselves through academics,
athletics,
fine arts,
and service to our community, we show our versatility as we choose different pathways to our goals.
This is our home.
We embrace challenges and persevere, even when something seems impossible.
We collaborate and create to take our place in the world.
We know that together we can make an impact.
This is our moment, our time,
Graduates today, Darlington forever.
At Rome Orthopedic Center, we salute students, freshmen and seniors, athletes and artists, first stringers and choral singers, band majors and game changers. We hope you never need orthopedic care, but if you do, choose the only practice in the Rome area solely dedicated to the orthopedic needs of the students and families in our community. Rome Orthopedic Center. To make an appointment, call 706-292-0040.
Coosa Steel is a family-owned full-line steel service center located in Rome, Georgia. Since 1972, we've been working to make our customers more efficient by providing steel product supply and processing all in one place. We are proud to provide a large range of products, including hot-rolled and cold-finished steel, stainless steel, galvanized steel, aluminum, and alloys. Our capabilities enable us to assemble and process steel orders within days, shortening your lead time. Coosa Steel. Steel for your project.
Halftime is almost over. We're about ready to get back to some football here in just a few minutes, and we'll kind of go over briefly potential scenarios for playoffs, because that's what's next on the list for both of these teams here tonight. The team that wins the game obviously is going to have the #1 seed, but Ian, beyond that, that's where things can get a little bit complicated. If Darlington loses this game tonight, they could drop all the way down to the 4th seed the way we understand it. But Armurchie is playing Dade County. If Armurchie wins that game, that throws another wrinkle into it, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. We expected Dade to win that game, and I still do. They're up 7 at halftime. But if Armurchie wins that game, they beat Coosa, they beat Chattooga, so they would get the 4, which would bump Darlington to 3, because Darlington would have the head-to-head there, and Pepperell to 2. If this game, if Darlington can't climb back in and win this game. Now, if everything goes as expected and this game finishes with Trion winning the region, it'll be Trion at 1, Dade at 2, because they have the head-to-head over Pepperell, and the point differential worked out because it was only a 6-point margin for Darlington's winning that game against Dade. So it'd be Trion, Dade, Pepperell, and Darlington at 4. So Armurchie is the chaos factor. If they can find a way to spring an upset here, how big would that be for that program?
It would be unbelievable. I wouldn't even be able to tell you when the last biggest win in their history was compared to that kind of win at this point of the season. Now, Region 7 matches up with Region 6 this year in terms of the bracket. So here's how things look in Region 6, which is the region which Trion and Darlington, the rest of the teams that make it to the playoffs out of Region 7 will face. Right now you've got #1 Whitfield Academy, and they are taking on Mount Pisgah Christian for the region championship tonight. And we looked at the score earlier. If it was correct, it looked like Whitfield Academy had quite a handle on that one. They were up like 35-0 early in that game. Then you had Mount Vernon at 2, Mount Pisgah Christian at 3 going into the night, and then St. Francis at 4. So, you know, the way things are looking, the #4 seed would play the #1 seed, which would probably be Whitfield Academy at the end of the night, barring a big comeback attempt from Mount Pisgah Christian in that region championship. So, give you a little background there on Region 6 and what you're looking at there as far as the next opponent possibilities.
Yeah, and I think things will pan out the way we think they will. I think Dade County holds on there, and barring a really great comeback here from Darlington, they're either the 1 or the 4. So that's a difference between a couple of home games possibly, or heading on the road to play one of these teams, looking like Whitfield County or Whitfield Academy. Sorry.
And when you look at the way it's spelled, you want to say Whitefield Academy, but it's actually Whitfield Academy.
And they played, right, a couple of years ago?
Yeah. I've been to Whitfield Academy with Darlington once, and they played Whitfield Academy at home one game a few years ago. I think it was during the COVID season. A team had to bail out of that game, and so they scheduled that game.
Lost on a missed extra point or something like that?
Something kind of crazy like that. And then the previous time I saw Darlington play them was when Tajay Watley was a running back for the Darlington Tigers. I think Darlington ended up losing that game, if I remember correctly. But anyway, Trion's about to kick it off back to the Tigers, and let's see if they can get a spark here to start the second half. Tigers trail 29-7, and there goes the buzzer. We're ready to start this second half. Opening kickoff of the second half will be handled by Andy Ramirez, who has done a great job kicking the football here for this Trion team over the last few years.
Ball comes off the tee.
Yeah.
They get another chance for it to stay there.
And as far as the weather's concerned, the temperature's definitely dipped as the game's gone on. We're at about 47 degrees. A little breeze blowing into the press box. Here comes the kick. That's going to be end over end. Talon Showery's going to field it cleanly and brings it out, cuts it up towards the far sidelines. He's got a head full of steam. He's running down the sidelines, folks. Here goes Talon Showery. He's across the 30. I don't think anybody's going to get him. He's into the end zone, and a kickoff return for a touchdown for the Darlington Tigers. How's that for a spark?
That is a huge spark, and Talon Showery has done it time and time again. Aiden Davis a little banged up on the other end of the field. Hopefully he's okay, but just what the doctor ordered, right, Matt?
Trying to catch where he fielded that so we can give him credit for how long that return was.
I think it was at about the 10. 90-yard kickoff return for touchdown there.
Wow.
And a great block downfield. I missed that on the replay. I'd love to give that kid credit.
Kick is on the way, and that one's going to be good for Ade DeSalis. And now the score is going to move to 29-14.
Hey, that's huge. Start. That's huge. And you think about it. Let's rewind back to the end of that first half. Darlington was able to get off the field on third down and force a field goal, and now, I mean, that's really a pretty big swing there. Because if Trion scores a touchdown at the end of the half, then they're up 34-7 instead of 29-7.
We've got the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game coming up at the end of the night. Don't forget that. You want to stick around at the end of the game to catch which player it's going to be. Last week it was, I wouldn't say an easy decision, but it was Luke Parker. He had 5 touchdown passes, close to 200 yards in that game. Just an excellent game for the Tigers. Talon Showery caught 4 touchdown passes and also had an interception.
Well, he just provided the Tigers with a shot in the arm that they so desperately needed there. Offense didn't even have to take the field, and they've gotten themselves back in this game. If they can go get a stop, Matt, we've got ourselves a football game.
Indeed. So the Tigers will get out and kick it off here to the Trion Bulldogs. And if you're just tuning back in, didn't get back to your radio or the video stream from getting your snacks and stuff at halftime in time, and you missed the opening kickoff of the second half, you missed a 90-yard kickoff return from Talon Showery to put the Tigers back on the board in this game for their second touchdown of the game.
And they show a little wrinkle here in the kickoff coverage. And Matt had a snack at halftime.
I sure did, man. Having cookies for dinner tonight.
There's no Buc-ee's on the way home, buddy.
No, there's not. But I got a plan for that.
I'm glad.
I always got food plans after the game. We get ready for Ade DeSalis to kick it away here for the Tigers. Oh. And it's going to be an onside kick attempt here. And the ball is loose. Who's coming out with it? It looks like the Tigers think they've got it, and they do. The Tigers are going to recover the onside kick, and they steal a possession after scoring on a kickoff return on the opening kickoff of the second half.
And there are 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. And the special teams have been special the first 20 seconds of this second half. You had a kickoff return for a touchdown, and then they dial up the onside kick, and they recover it.
Oh.
Darlington has a chance to really climb back into this game and make this region championship contest a thriller at Sam R. McCain.
Well, the fans are certainly into this game now. The Trion fans trying to make some noise to help their team. Darlington Tigers fans on their feet. Shotgun formation, Luke Parker in at quarterback. Here's 1st and 10 from the 50. Tigers start at midfield. A little trickeration. Sammy Konchesky with the ball and a pass, and it's intercepted. Oh, my goodness. They turn it over. Christian Henderson with the interception for Trion, and the Tigers give it right back to him.
Yeah, and that one, it would have been better. And Konchesky took a really hard hit on that. But they go to the well of a trick play there. Parker to Konchesky, and it would have been better for Sammy just to pull that one down and take the loss. Who was the safety that got that? Was that
Christian Henderson?
Christian Henderson, and he had a beat on that the whole way. The ball hung up in the air. Konchesky got hit while he was throwing. So the momentum that they just seized on the onside recovery is immediately taken back after the 4th turnover of the game.
Man. So now Trion's going to have the ball at the 20-yard line on their side of the field with 11:30 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. There is the snap, and they're going to run the ball. Toby Maddox is going to stay up and get across the 25 to the 26, a 6-yard pickup.
Dude, he's got the L2 R2 juke button from NCAA football on demand. Like, that is just a nasty little shimmy that he put on there to break that first tackle and pick up 6 yards.
Well, what a sequence of events here to start the first minute of our 3rd quarter of the ball game.
No doubt. Darlington stole a possession. Now they've got to get a stop on defense.
2nd down and 4. Ball on the 26. There's the snap. Smith is going to throw a screen pass, and that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, great coverage.
Yeah, Talon Shirey. Great defense from him.
Yeah, he arrived. That was Ethan Willingham, sure-handed receiver out there. And Shirey's timing was flawless there.
So that brings up a big 3rd down here. 3rd down and 4 for the Trion Bulldogs with the ball at their 26, working right to left. As the Tigers try to get a stop on defense here.
This would inject a lot of life into the Tigers if they can get off the field here on 3rd down and 4.
Going to be 3 wide receivers to the far side now, 1 to the near. There's the snap. Toby Maddox, or they're going to throw a screen pass up the middle. That wasn't Maddox. It was number 44, Stokes. That's going to be a 1st down across midfield.
We saw them run that play 3 times on the first drive against Pebble. They haven't run it all night. It's the old Tim Tebow self-play action there. Cade takes the step forward like he's going to run the draw, and then he throws just a really quick pass right over the middle to Logan Stokes, and it picked up big yardage and a huge 1st down.
So the ball is at the 49-yard line here. Trion's got the ball. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Everybody's in tight except for a wide receiver on the far side. There's the snap. Going to hand it off. Toby Maddox going to run it, and he is going to shake off a couple of tackles, spins around and gets inside the 35 down to about the 34. Another 1st down. Ooh.
Toby Maddox just plucking away here. Over 150 yards now on the ground for the Trion running back.
So the Bulldogs will come back to the line of scrimmage, which is now going to be at the 34-yard line in Tiger territory with 1st and 10, leading at 29-14 with 9:40 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Stay tuned tonight after the game for the Rome Orthopedic Center High School Football Scoreboard Show. This will be a pistol formation. Smith turns, hands it off to Logan. Toby Maddox, I did it again. He's now inside the 25.
Well, he gets 7 yards there. God, just looks like he falls forward and gets it. Wooten out there. I think Timmy Smith was the one who was able to get him down by the shoestring.
So to bring up 2nd down and 2 with the ball at the 36, or 26 rather, here for Trion. They'll line up in a pistol this time and trying to draw the Tigers off sides.
Being very deliberate with the play clock already in the 3rd quarter.
And here's the snap to Smith. He turns, hands it off, and they try to go up the middle there, and the Tigers are going to push him back. It's going to be short for the 1st down.
Yeah, nothing on that play. Like I said, they took that play clock all the way down. We're not even in the midway point in the third quarter. Trion's already milking the clock.
Tryon going to change some personnel at the line of scrimmage. Also bringing Stokes in for this package.
Okay, they're going to run Wildcat. Cade Smith has a heavy brace that has been put on his knee.
Here's the snap on 3rd and 2. Toby Maddox lining up in the Wildcat. And here's the snap to Maddox. He's going to try to bulldoze his way through, and the Tigers say, no, sir, not on our watch, and they bring him back. That sets up a 4th down.
McKay Rush coming through, leading the charge, and now it's decision time for Trion. And you got to point out here, Cade Smith's hobbling back out there, but look at that, Matt. I mean, he's going to have to hand the ball off, or it's going to be 3-step drops. And fortunately for Trion, they don't rely on him to hold on to the ball too long back there, but they do count on him as a runner, and that's going to allow Darlington's defense to kind of key in on Toby Maddox.
So 4th down and 3 here for the Trion Bulldogs. We're going to have a timeout. So we're going to take it with them. 7:15 left to go here in the third quarter. Trion 29, Darlington 14. 4th down and 3 coming up for Trion. We come back from the Tiger 37. We're back in 30. Okay, we welcome you back in live to Sam R. McCain Stadium. Sam R. McCain was one of the coaches that won a state championship here at Trion. I believe that was back in 1957.
Checking in on a couple of scores here, Matt.
Anything interesting popping up there?
Dade has stretched their lead to 21-7, so it looks like that one's going to pan out the way we thought.
Going to have a couple of wide receivers here for Cade Smith. Maddox in the backfield with him. This is 4th and 3. There's a snap. They're going to pitch to Maddox, run a sweep to the near side, and he's going to be strung out of bounds, but I think he got the first down.
Yeah, the pitch play there. That's a huge play. If Darlington can get off the field there, they're cooking, but Maddox once again makes the play. They needed 3, got 4.
So 1st and 10 here for the Bulldogs. Now the ball at the 22-yard line. Here's the snap to Smith. He'll turn, hand it off, gives it to Maddox, and he almost breaks a big one right there. He gets inside the 20 to the 18. But a good job by Sam Wooten to wrap him up and bring him down by his legs, because it looked like he was eyeing the end zone right there.
No doubt about it. Wooten got him firmly around the ankle with both arms. He's slippery and he's tough.
Here's the snap to Smith. He'll turn, hands it off again to Maddox, and he's going to be brought down by a host of Tigers. You had 4 or 5 guys in there. I know McKay Rush was one of them. Who else was in there? Ashton Albers?
Yeah. Big 3rd down here. An opportunity, force a field goal attempt, and I would think they would take it. The kicker's got plenty of leg. They have had some snap issues, though, missing 2 extra points.
So 3rd and 7 here from the 18-yard line. Trion with the football in a 29-14 lead. Smith getting ready to take the snap with Maddox in the backfield with him. He's going to send 3 wide receivers off to the far side, 1 on the near, as he gets ready to take this snap. So now the ball in Smith's hands. He drops back, looking to throw. He's got company in the backfield, and he's going to be dropped, and that was Henry Ledbetter. I decided to join you that time.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful play and something that the Tigers needed desperately. Smith is 50% with that leg. There's no doubt about it. They've So it changes the strategy here. This is big, Matt. They're going to swing at this one.
Yeah.
But that's a huge stop for Darlington. Even if this kick goes through the uprights, it's a 3-possession game at this point.
41-yard attempt coming up on the way. There's the snap. The kick is going to be blocked, and it's going to be caught by Trion. And they are going to try to bring him down. He keeps shaking a couple of guys off. Now he's going to streak down the sidelines. Can't get him out of bounds, and they finally do. And I'm screened. I can't tell where they got him out of bounds at, but it looked like.
I didn't know a blocked field goal could be advanced by the offensive team. Wasn't sure on that one. But when all the dust settles, no points for Trion. Darlington will get the ball.
So Darlington's going to get the ball at the 16-yard line.
And let's make it very, very clear that what's the kicker's name? It's written on my
Ramirez.
roster. Ramirez. I mean,
Andy Ramirez.
Dude's got a huge leg.
You can't read my writing?
I got Andy.
I can't either. So don't worry about it. Shotgun formation here for Parker. He's going to send 2 wide receivers to the near, 1 on the far. They're going to throw a screen pass to Talon Shirey. He took a heavy hit at the 20.
Yep.
Man.
Sandwiched there by Logan Stokes and Toby Maddox.
You could hear the crowd gasp as he took that hit.
But 5 yards. Look, man, this is huge, Matt. If they can go get points here.
29-14 the score. 4:40 left to go, third quarter. Darlington with the ball at the 21-yard line on their side of the field with 2nd down and 5 coming up. Tigers back to the line of scrimmage. Going to send 2 wide to the right side, 1 on the left side. There's the snap. Going to be a pitch to the right. Went with Demarion Floyd, and they're going to string him out of bounds after a short pickup.
And let's give Trion credit here. Demarion has had some success. He's got 8 carries for 46 yards. They have not let him get loose.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 here for the Tigers. Big 3rd down coming up. They need to convert this and move the chains. Extend this drive. Will be 2 wide receivers on the right side, 1 on the left side. Parker in at quarterback. He's got Demarion Floyd flanked to his left. Runs to the line of scrimmage, gives a message there, drops back. And now he's going to take the snap, turns quick, passes to Talon Shirey, a quick out, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds after a short pickup, short of the 1st down.
Matt, Darlington's got a decision to make here. 4th down. I mean, you're way on your side of the field here. And it looks like they're going to go.
Roll the dice here, and maybe they'll just come out and try to draw them off sides and then take a timeout if they can't do that. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Tigers back to the line of scrimmage. Parker's going to line them up with 2 wide on the far side, 1 on the near side. 4th down and 1. Looks back off to the sidelines. He's going to drop back, takes the snap. They're going for it. Passes to Shirey. It's off his hands and incomplete. A turnover on downs after the incomplete pass is going to give the ball back to Trion with a short field.
That ball just came out of Parker's hands a little loose, and Shirey had to go up high. I don't think if he catches it, he's going to be able to advance that anyway, Matt. But I don't mind the gamble there. I really don't. I mean, there's a lot on the line here. Just hadn't been the Tigers' night, man. The ball's bounced their way a little bit here in the 2nd half, but they're putting a lot on the defense here if they can find a way to stop them. Now, there's a major wrinkle to this game. Kate Smith's injury changes the way you can defend this attack.
They're going to line up at their own at the Tigers 25 to start the drive. They give it to Maddox, and he is going to be chased down and reeled in. A couple of Tigers led by Sam Wooten, but I think you also had Ashton Elvers chasing after him as well. Yeah.
Stop made by number 4, Sam Wooten. 2nd down, 4.
So he picked up 6 yards there, so it's 2nd down and 4 here for the Trion Bulldogs. With 3:43 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and Trion with a 29-14 lead. Smith's going to line up with Maddox in the backfield with him. 3 wide receivers to the left side of the formation. There's the snap. Going to swing it out to Maddox, try to get him in space. He tries to cut inside and does. Shakes off a couple of guys. He's going to be inside the 10, heading towards the end zone and backs his way in.
That should be going 15 yards the other way. I can't unsee what I just saw there. On the pass to Maddox here, if you're watching the replay, that is a block in the back. That is a block in the back. I'm sorry, that is a terrible missed call there by the officials. I could have seen that with a blindfold on. That is wow.
But the end result's a 19-yard run for a touchdown for the Trion Bulldogs, and the score moves to 35-14. We get ready for the extra point attempt by Mr. Ramirez, and this will make it 30. Well, here comes the kick on the way, and that was going to be no good. So the score remains 35-14. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, I have nothing but respect for the officials, Matt, but that was egregious right there.
All right, well, this changes the situation mightily. The Tigers are now down 35-14 with 3:15 left to go. And you got to hand it to the Tigers here in this game. They, of course, had the onside kick that they recovered. They've gone for it on fourth down just before that score. But you knew that the Tigers, Ian, were going to have to get out here and take some chances in this football game. They're here to try to win this ball game. So it's like you say, you can't blame them for taking a chance like that, even though the end result is they ended up having to give up some points. But like I say, they want to try to put themselves in the best position to win the football game, and sometimes you got to take chances in order to do that.
Yeah. You've got to roll the dice there. If that ball's on target, they may have picked it up, but I don't blame them for going for it. They had a chance to climb back in. It's still not over. If they can go score here, the defense is showing that they can get some stops.